And now it's time for a very special Achievement Hunting 101. Level 101, live in front of our Twitch audience. We have Waka Pale, the Swedish connoisseur of crazy out-of-the-box beer. The guy that will give a sarcastic office gif in response to anything, no matter the context or situation. Rocker Dude. The dude who, through sheer will of his love of games, forced the entire Discord to play Metroidvanias for an entire year. Koosh Moose. The scotch drinking, pumpkin spice eating, 50-50 retired gamerscore millionaire, Exe the Hero. The one who could be doing literally anything else on her birthday, but decided to record with us. Matriarch. The man with the best achievement hunting rendition of the Pokemon and DuckTales theme song, Big L. Foo Cuddly Poof, the normal host. The possum lover that can't wear shirts with sleeves because the number of gamerscore gains tears them. Elroy, OMJ. The Nebraskan that has references for days, even if no one in the room understands them. Vulgar Latin. And a special returning voice, one of our original crew, the man with the most contagious laugh, the mightiest of all fruit, Mighty Mango. Enjoy the show.
Fuck you, Saucy.
As soon as I bring up the video, he says that.
Oh, I mean, hi.
Oh, wow, that's a great way to start this podcast. What's up, everybody? This is Level 101. This is the special super duper live stream. I hope that video worked out well. If it did not, with us, or with me, is every single person. We have Vulgar Latin, Waka Pell, Exe the Hero, Koosh Moose, Big L, Elroy OMJ, Rocker Dude 5012, and Matriarch. What is up, everybody?
Not our volume.
Everyone talk at once.
Is there any way to make it louder? Everyone's saying it's not loud enough.
Everyone's saying the volume is too low.
Daggone.
So what is not up is our sound.
It's okay. I can just speak incredibly louder. Is this better?
I just maxed the volume, so hopefully this is good.
Oh.
Is everyone's eardrums okay now?
Yes. Citizens, don't be alarmed. We have increased the volume.
We're still trying to work out the kinks, so hopefully this works out well.
So everyone missed Corey's excellent introductions, or not Corey, the voice from the heavens, excellent introductions of everyone on the show.
I'll fix it in post.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll redo that later on and play it so everyone can see that amazing intro.
There was music too. We couldn't hear it. It was a thing. Yeah, sorry.
It's glorious.
It was supposed to be so good, but we get paid. We get paid the medium bucks to try to do this. All right, but yes, this is the special Level 101 episode. Everybody is here. Unfortunately, we were going to try to have Mighty Mango in here, which you saw in the video, but unfortunately he had to leave because technical difficulties. But without further ado, let's get the show on the road. So, to kick it off, how's everyone's week been? Elle, what have you been up to?
I've been here trying to play this great podcast, and you messed it up, foof.
I didn't mess it up. Corey messed it up.
Oh, it was Waka. Waka messed it up.
Don't you yell at him.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
See? He admits it.
It's okay, Walk. I forgive you, buddy.
I've been having a great week playing a lot of crappy rat games.
That sounds like a hell of a week.
I know.
Only Elroy thinks that's a good week.
It's a damn good week.
Especially after a couple of months that he's had to actually play good games and not his good
Shoot,
games.
man. Yeah, it is. I wish I had a bunch of rats to play.
No, you don't. It's,
Bragger.
It's not a good time.
Yeah.
RPG Dave is asking if I'm holding the mic in my hand. Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, see, we all have fancy boom mics, or the mics actually come with stands, and he likes to hold it.
I mean,
I definitely like to hold it.
I'm holding mine too. Microphone. That is.
Hypothetically, which channel was that message relayed in? For those of us that just curious.
telepathically.
It's in the Twitch
Broadcast
chat.
to his mind.
Broadcast. Okay.
And for those of us who don't know what Twitch chat is,
Is that something you have to subscribe or opt in?
Don't
Does
worry
Elroy
about
even
it,
know what a
Elroy.
Twitch is?
Elroy, don't worry about it.
Yeah, let's talk about the games that we've been playing this week. We started real strong. El mentioned Radalaikas, and we got distracted.
Oh, I got really excited, and then he
I
just
know.
puzzled on that. Man. Which ones, man?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
well,
I played a lot of visual novels. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
There was the one with the syrup and the sweet and the strawberry and the blind man, and I don't know. There's like a joke in there somewhere.
Yeah.
There was
How much of the
dog
story
one.
did you actually read?
I started reading the story in all of them, and then my hand kept slipping and hitting the right bumper, and it was just.
I understand. That's unfortunate, though.
That's the right way to play them.
Happens to all of us.
I don't know. I think it
Monsters.
said it said Skype on the screen, so I was hitting Skype, and then all the dialogue would just go really fast. And there you go. That was like 4,000 easy gamer score. Because we play for achievements, not for fun over here. An achievement hunting 101.
Yeah, that's how that works.
That's what I always say.
Sure it is.
Yeah, look
Is
at
it?
that. We got-
I thought you played for fun and not for achievements.
I did play a fun rat, Duck Souls Plus.
Oh, no, that's a good game, man.
Yeah, I remember we talked about it. And now I played it. It's good.
Yeah. What'd you think of the surprise ending on that one, man?
It was a surprise. It was a surprise. There was a lot of Easter eggs in that game that probably only I noticed. Each stage opened up with a little signpost, and it had a little reference to another game. Yeah, I know that's news to you, Roy. Your eyes are lighting up.
Yeah.
Good times. There was one episode that had some portals that you go in and out of, and it was called Still Alive, that level. So yeah, little Easter eggs like that.
I like Portal. See, now that's an actual good game.
It is a good game. But we're
You
not
managed to play that?
I played
good.
Portal back in the day. I
Yeah,
haven't
good
played it in
time.
years at this point.
Yeah.
All right, Foof. What have you been playing?
Well, one game that I have been playing, and this feels appropriate to say this since you and Michelle is here to talk about this with. We played Halo Reach Thursday night. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If only
Uh-oh
Prue
is
was here
right.
to share in with this experience.
Well, Prue is in the Twitch stream, so if he has
Okay,
anything to
that's fine.
contribute, we'll make sure to read
works
aloud
too.
his contributions.
So we're trying to go for all the achievements in the Halo Master Chief Collection, and we're working on Halo Reach, and the one achievement we really are trying to get to is complete the game on Legendary in under 3 hours. It's not too bad. It's very doable. We're all capable of doing this. We're all decent at Halo. Well, we go through, we do it in under 3 hours. Bleep bloop, bleep bloop, bleep bloop. Wait, that was only 3 bleep bloops. Yeah, it didn't work for me. One of my levels, the times didn't work properly, so we had to go back and redo the one level. No big deal. It's the first level. We can do it. Well, we're sitting there. We're running through a level. We have it on time, and then all of a sudden, Prue, Michelle, and myself, we die. It's Legendary, grenades, whatever. So it's like, okay, well, all we got to do is just spawn real quick, and we'll continue to level. No. Somebody who's in this chat that we play with, I will let them be unnamed for right now, decided, let's not join in the fight. Let's sit back and randomly scroll around on the internet. So now the three of us literally have to spawn at the beginning while all the vehicles or all the way at the end of the level. Yeah, so we go through, we finally beat the level, and I go to check, see what my time is. It was like I don't think L could have planned this any better. Like I said, you needed to do this in under 3 hours. My time, and I screenshot and sent that to him because I didn't even want to tell him. I just want to see it. I completed a game at 3 hours and 1 freaking second. I missed the achievement by 2 seconds. We've been playing the game for hours over the past few weeks of trying to get this achievement, and I missed it by 2 seconds because L wouldn't move. You want to know why our Borderlands took so long? This is why.
But
It was the kind of thing like I'm laughing while reading this because it's like this is so quintessential boosting and playing games of L that it's like it was amazing. It was so frustrating and amazing at the same time.
The fact that we missed the time, not because of like a lack of skill thing, but because Elle was standing still at the beginning of the level, is really what sort of exemplifies
it's
this.
not my fault.
We did it 2 seconds.
None of it is my fault.
Pretty much like your fault.
I mean, it was, but Bungie and 343 and Microsoft, Bill Gates, Phil Spencer, Spencer's Gifts.
And Alex R. Davies is saying in the chat, asking whether or not you have the 3-hour achievement now.
No, he doesn't need it.
No,
because when we will get him over that line. Elle owes him that much, and maybe Elle can best make it up to him by just not showing up next Thursday. We will get it done.
Don't worry, I don't have it yet, so you can just carry me through it. That would be great.
I'll help you, Waka.
Yeah, Waka. Would you like to take a spot?
I'm good at spawning.
Sure.
So
I'm not sure our times will match up.
Yeah, really.
What are you drinking? What are you drinking, Volgar? Is that like a canteen, like Canteen Boy?
It's like a
Canteen Boy from SNL.
Half gallon of water. I try to drink a half gallon of water every day. Stay hydrated.
Mr. Hydrated over here.
You have a piss bucket?
You ain't wrong about that.
Dude, it's like 107 in.
You're supposed to drink a Monster or some other energy drink. Monster's the best.
You fishing for a sponsorship?
Oh my God! If we could get a Monster sponsorship, I would be ecstatic. It would make all this worth it.
Your kidneys wouldn't be.
I've got 2. I think I'm not a doctor.
You think?
Dude, I don't know. I'm not.
Did you wake up in a bathtub full of ice?
Yeah, you're not sure about this?
I am by no means a medical professional. I'm pretty sure there's 2, or at least a normal person's supposed to have 2. I could be wrong. I don't know.
That is accurate, yes. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I've seen one on TV. I'm pretty sure you have 2 kidneys.
Okay, good. Now I said the right number.
What are you supposed to have 2 of?
Kidneys.
Oh, all right.
Michelle, how was your week?
I was there for that story.
Besides that.
So this has been a crazy month. As many of you know, we have a lot of contests that go on in our community, which is amazing, but also terrifying when you see and feel what it makes you do to remain competitive. So I played a lot of not great games this month. And the biggest takeaway I had was I'm not sure whether I liked visual novels less. No offense, X, they're just not my bag because I'm not reading them. And that's how they call the visual novel. No, I'm not faulting the visual novel. I used the skips. It's
the great easy 1Ks.
But I don't know if I like those last or the state save games, like all those Double Dragon and River City Ransom, the Neketsu games that came out, because those games fool you into thinking they shouldn't be that hard. And then you spend like 3 hours banging your head against the wall because these games are built to make you die all the time. There's literally no way someone in 1980 or 90, whatever, actually ever finished any of those games legitimately without being some like superhuman level of dexterity in their fingers. I don't get it. Wow. So it's been I'm sorry.
I was about to say, hey, Elle, did you ever beat those? But then you said superhuman levels. So I'm like, never mind.
Nah. No, I beat Double Dragon 2. So I said, if I could do it, any of my friends can do it. The guy with the purple shirt didn't even try hard. He uninstalled the game after the first level.
After the 6th level that involved jumping.
The purple shirt.
Which part?
Yeah. That 6th level was hard.
Elroy and I had a whole dialogue going about this game. He's like, why is this a platformer?
Oh, yeah, man.
Y'all? That's what he was saying to me in the Discord. He's like, "Why is this a platformer?"
Well, you have a wonderful beat 'em up, and then let's just add a bunch of platforms to it. That makes sense. Why not?
Well, I mean, if you haven't played Double Dragon 2 or Double Dragon 1, you have to press both the A and B button simultaneously to jump. And imagine doing that with Mega Man 2 block puzzle stuff.
Wait.
They do
You
change
press
it up
the
to A and X, I hope.
Wait.
Yeah, you have to remap the controller on that.
Oh.
Well, A and B is just mapped to right bumper. If you just hit
Yeah,
RB.
I just used right
Oh,
bumper the whole time.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
you
I was
could've done
making
that
that
too.
way harder on myself.
That was it.
I mean,
Well, now I got to go reinstall it.
Why you couldn't hit two buttons at once?
I didn't
Not
even
that
know hitting
often.
two buttons at once was the option. I just used right bumper the whole time.
Oh wow.
That said, very quickly, that was my gaming wrap up because I'm not going to go into all the other stuff I played. But a couple people mentioned in the chat that's running right now Gems of War, since Kenny didn't mention Gems of War. So I just want to mention Gems of War to satisfy those individuals. Congratulations to everyone in the guild who got that guild achievement this
That
week.
was so
You all did
awesome to be able to get that. I don't know why I didn't think of saying that. Yeah, that is awesome. That is a great achievement to get. And speaking of
just in
Gems of
case-
War, there'll be a Gems of War stream this Friday. Shameless plug.
And just in case people aren't aware, Gems of War has one achievement that involves all the people in the guild contributing 15 million gold across everyone. And Death Dealers jumped into our Gems chat on the Discord and was like, I'm going to get all that money by myself. And we believed her, but we didn't want her to actually do that. So everyone showed up, everyone contributed, and we got it done this week. So if you're in the guild, remember to log in and get your achievement if you don't have it yet. And again, it's been awesome to see that guild grow. That's been one of my favorite things going on in the community over the past few months.
Or if you have interest in Gems of War, or you've started already, and you need that achievement, I think there's like 4 spots open right now. You can jump in and get a free achievement.
Yep.
Ooh.
Just ping us and let us know, and we will get you in the guild.
Yep.
Then you'd have gems on your tag, and nobody wants that.
Oh, lots of us want that.
Oh, you're missing out.
I'm with you there, Elroy.
You guys are
Oh,
missing
man,
out.
I'll just
It's a
miss
great old
that.
time.
I'll just miss out. I'll miss out.
Well, we all
It's
know
okay,
you don't like good games, Elroy.
I'm ready to miss out on all these Radalaika games next month. I'm so ready.
X, what have you been up to, Mr.
Well, before I
retired?
do that, quick sidebar. One time, Kelsey tried to surprise me after school by we were just starting the Gears of War franchise, so she was going to surprise me and have Gears of War Ultimate Edition ready to go on the TV as soon as I walked in the door. She didn't know the Ultimate Edition was part of the title, so I had my Kinect. So she's just like, Xbox, start Gears of War, and then it started Gems of War. So that it has been on my TV and on my tag, but I've never actually played it.
I'm sorry
But,
for your loss.
You're right. Yeah, no, I was able to delete it. I was able to clear it, but the damage was kind of done.
They should do like a combine the two somehow. Like if you could
Gems
be
of War
Marcus in
Ultimate
Gems of
Edition.
War, I might actually play it. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, I played Life is Strange 2 this week, and I know a bunch of us were talking about it in the Discord, and
Oh boy,
it seems like people did not like it as much as the first one, or people like Elroy did not like it just as much as they didn't like the first one.
first
But
you
I
like
really
it
enjoyed
less
it.
than the first
I
one?
liked it.
How do you like it less than the first one?
I really liked the first one. Max, I connected with her on a deep level because I also time travel, But
Yeah.
no, I like this one. I thought Sean and Daniel, they had a good back and forth. Some people were like, "Oh, Daniel was so annoying. Like, he's a 9-year-old kid. His dad just died, and he has like powers, and he's in the woods. Of course, he's going to be annoying. You got to get into the characters, man."
He was super annoying and still is.
Thank you for the sub, Chip. But you still suck.
I don't know. No, I liked it. Kelsey and I sort of played it side by side. I was playing, and then she's like, "Oh, what choice are you going to make?" And then pretty much unanimously, we would have made different choices. So she had to suffer through watching my version of the playthrough, and none of it was what she wanted. But we had a good time. And then I just want to say, everybody lived at the end. Nobody died. So
Spoilers.
people who got the bad ending.
Spoilers.
I would have found a way. I would kill them all, man. That's the character I related to.
Oh man. So,
But that's all I got. I'm keeping things short and sweet. Life is Strange 2. That's what I played this week.
wow, that's weird. Life is strange. Keeping it short and sweet. Elroy, you've been sitting here having to listen to us talk about good games. Why don't you tell us about the
Oh,
bad
man.
games that you think are good games that you've been playing?
I think the chat is on my side on Gears of War. I heard pyramid scheme and a few other things, and they are correct. That is a great description.
Except for its Gems of War, that's the pyramid scheme, to be clear. Gears of War is a fantastic third-person shooter that if you're into that sort of thing, you should play.
Oh man, I was referred to Bros of War just
Bros
to
of
avoid the
War,
confusion.
there you go.
Avoid the confusion. Man, who wants toast? So
Bros of War is definitely more your speed anyway.
yeah, man, that's
For sure.
I like that. So
Was it ever made public, Elroy, that your text ringtone is "Who wants toast"?
Is it
I don't
really?
know if that was made by- All right, here you
Is
go.
that what that soundbite is?
Here,
Really?
send me a text.
All right, I'll text you. It'll pop up whenever.
All right, so I played a
Speaker
lot.
into the microphone.
Oh yeah.
Text is sent.
It's gonna take a second.
We have
Go.
Okay, now I just need to randomly text Elroy as this show goes
I'll
on
leave it.
and see.
I'll
what
leave it
happens.
on. I'll just leave it. Leave it on. I'll
Every
leave it
time we
on.
hear that ringtone, a giveaway will start.
I feel like I need to tell this story for Elroy. I randomly was texting him when he was in school. He's like, "Well, my entire faculty just heard who wants toast."
Yeah, I was on a Zoom call for the faculty meeting, and I forgot my phone was on loud, and X gave up. Everyone was wondering what the hell was that, but yeah,
That is the most
you
Elroy
know,
thing.
yeah. And so I played a lot of Nakasaku, Dodgeball Club, something or another. And I'm proud to say that when the list populates tonight, that there will be a new #1 champion in dodgeball in the world.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So until someone, I don't know, Redemption probably will do it because he has a bunch of games I can't access. I was hoping that Mango would stick around because he had a couple dodgeball games on his tag. I was trying to try sweet talking to him, let me play somehow, but there was like a couple of old Xbox Arcade. I'm willing to play the Xbox Arcade dodgeball games if I can get access.
Really
Who are
wants
you?
this. He
Wow.
really wants that.
I
If he's
want,
willing
to
to do that.
I want to defend my dodgeball title. So, but yeah, that was great. It was like the Japanese version of Super Dodgeball, which I played earlier, and I really loved that. And so it was awesome to get to play it one more time. The most challenging part of the game was trying to figure out who Kuji was, because you have to beat the sub game using Kuji. And as you might imagine, all the titles on the screen were in a did not quite match the alphabet.
Kanji. They're called kanji.
Well, there's a character called Kuji, and Kuji.
Wait, you don't speak Japanese?
Okay, well,
Yeah, the alphabet's
anyhow,
anyway, I'm not
well, I
gonna
said
go
you had
into
to play as
Bring it for us,
Kuji.
Michelle.
I don't know. So anyway, I had to figure out who this character was, and there was nothing. I finally found it deep on something or another, and it said he goes by Mike, and so I was selecting Steve, and Steve is not Kuji. Mike is Kuji. So that is what took me so long. Yeah. And so, also I beat Freak Out. I went back. I took one for the team and went completely right through that game again, even though it deleted all my save data and got the completion. I didn't turn that thing off until I had every achievement. I don't trust it. It's like a snake, man.
All right. Well, Koosh, you've been nice and quiet. What have you been up to this week?
Lots of typing. So I put a ton of time into West
Whoa.
of Dead. I know I talked about it previously, but I gave you some bad info. I was telling you about where you fight outlaws and how you always get them. Well, no, outlaws are random, and the numbers are messed up on the achievements descriptions. So they say
You lied to
1-5,
us.
and yeah, I lied to you, but I'm now
not
fixing it. I'm rewriting history. That's what you do, right? You rewrite history when you're wrong. So the achievement descriptions are wrong. They tell you, I think, 1, 10, and 20, but they're really 1, 20, and 50. I believe it is, or maybe it's 1, 10, and 50. Regardless, so if you're going for those achievements and you realize, oh man, I've killed so many outlaws and I don't have the achievement. Well, just keep going. Apparently they will pop. It does look like one of the achievements is bugged on both the Xbox and the PC version. It's for killing the preacher the second time, because I've seen people have gotten the third time, but they don't have the second time, and that's not how numbers work. So so they should have already had that second one, but it hasn't happened. I love that game. I'm having a ton of fun with it, even though it's it's got a little bit of stutter to it coming out. Then moved on to Fury Unleashed. I'm going to be putting out a review for this one not too long, but the short of it is a roguelite run and gun. It's not really marked as a roguelite on TA just yet, but I'm going to submit something and I think we can get that amended. It has a very cool map system. It is basically a comic book come to life. So the map is the page of a comic book, and every panel is a room, and they connect differently because they just do. And you move through that, and basically you move from the top left to the bottom right, and you have to figure your way through that little rat maze to get to the end. As you're doing it, you'll have all kinds of crazy stuff pop up. There'll be chests with gear, and you can swap out different gear slots. Weapons are completely different. They function differently. Some are rocket launches or machine guns or all kinds of crazy stuff, and armor as well. You get melee weapons, and then you'll just out of the blue get challenges. Kill 10 people with this melee weapon before the end of the comic, and you'll unlock this weapon. So things are just popping up all over the place. There's a ton of stuff to do. It's really fast paced. It's really fun. The achievements kind of push you to get through books quickly. There's an achievement for getting through a chapter, which is basically one big map screen, without taking any damage and without killing anybody, and doing it under a certain amount of time. It looks like it's going to be a hard completion, but it is a fun game, and I can't wait to get a little bit more time with it and get more in depth. And then I'm just playing a ton of Moving Out on the PC and having a lot of fun with that. The last couple achievements are a little grindy, but or it feels like the game's getting a little long in the tooth. But
the furniture stealing simulator.
Yes, I thought the story was going one way. It didn't go that way. I thought, but
it's a rat game,
maybe the sequel will change things up.
Understand that. You didn't see that ending coming.
The king of rat games.
Yeah. So that's a great game. I really love it. It feels like it's getting a little bit long at the end. I've got about 3 or 4 levels left, and maybe they could have cut it off right then. I'd be real happy. But yep, just pushing through.
Sweet. Well, before we continue on, holy crap! Thank you everyone for the subs, and thank you Dynable for the 5 gifted subs. Daggone, you guys are awesome. That is freaking amazing.
I don't know what you did, Dynable, but
all kinds of followers.
Freaking awesome! Daggone it.
If you're watching on chat, the alert box is going nuts right now. I don't think you guys can hear it, but every few seconds I'm hearing some sort of noise. So this is awesome. Thank you all so much for the support.
Since we're giving out thanks, we didn't shout it out at the top of the show, but all the codes tonight that we're giving away, Age 101, we're giving away $100 worth of codes, but we have a lot of people that have donated things. We've got Carnage, who's donated a bunch of codes. We've got Sometimes You, who donated a bunch of codes. We've got Radalaika, who donated some codes. We've got ID at Xbox, who donated some really choice codes. And then, like I said, we're giving away some money codes too. So thank you so much to these companies, these publishers that helped us out. This is amazing. I hope you like it.
Yeah, keep an eye on chat. We'll be doing giveaways the whole time, and we'll probably wind up doing some giveaways in the Discord as well. We got a lot of stuff to give away, so right now we're still kind of figuring it out. But
what were you laughing about before, Kenny?
What was I laughing about?
Yeah, tell us.
Oh, Brooke is just embarrassed of me. She's watching. Hi, babe.
Now?
It
took till today?
Just now?
She doesn't like the fact that I have my Infinity Gauntlet on. I don't know why.
Oh, is that what was on you? Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh, there we go.
I got an oven mitt like that.
Who wants toast?
It's on the way, man.
Giveaway
We're gonna
time.
roll.
We heard toast.
That's right. Chip, you just won that giveaway, and since we have
I think you got to re-roll.
no re-rolls tonight.
Congrats,
But
Chip.
that was a lot of stuff going on. And we have so many codes. I'm just going to do another one right now. And that one goes to Kingsman. We'll figure out which one that one is. But it looks like it's my turn. My turn.
Yes, go for it, Corey.
Games played. Ollie 2 XL Edition, a game that probably everybody here has seen and almost nobody has bought, even though it's been like $2.
I think I did buy this one. Is this part of the Bunny Lord pack?
It is. This one is often on sale. It's often bundled for just like $3 with another game.
Yeah.
But this one is it's pretty scary for a completionist. I'll give you that. But it's actually a fun game. And so if you don't know what Ollie Ollie 2 is, it's like Ollie Ollie the first one. Yeah. And if you don't know what that is, it's like Pumped Up BMX. And if it's not, you don't know what that is, then you really should play some indie games because they're really good. So these games, the premise are you are playing a stage left to right. You got to get to the finish line in one piece. You can't fall down or crash or anything like that. And Pumped Up is bikes, obviously, and Ollie Ollie skateboard. And I'm sure there's a snowboarding one out there. But you want to get from point A to point B as efficiently as you can in terms of combos, which are flip tricks and spins and grinds. And in Ollie Ollie 2, there's now manuals to keep your combos going, even on. But I played this game for Chewy's Challenge Championship. We have a 3-month challenge right now between myself, Chewy, and Fufu for skateboarding games. And this one was brand new to me. I played the first one, and the gamer score is pretty low. The second one, however, they even out the gamer score a little bit better. And I played pretty much one day, not even the whole day, just on and off for one day. And I got almost half of the gamer score. And it's going to take some skill. It's going to take some time to get that completion. But it's been fun, and it's been a good learning process. And what you do on a level is, I said you had to get to the finish line, but there's objectives they give you. The top 2 objectives are always to get a certain score and to get a certain number in your combo and land it well enough. And then the last 3 are miscellaneous. They could be collect something, do a grind that's this long, do this many flip tricks. It's whatever. They can change. And once you get all of the stars in a level, you unlock the pro version of that level, which is basically the same thing, but you're going to do harder challenges.
Speaking of harder, Corey, hate to
Yes.
interrupt, but look how many people are in the Twitch right now.
Nice.
69. Good job, everybody. Nobody.
How old are you?
I don't get it.
Nobody come or nobody go. Wait a minute. Come. Yeah. Okay. As you were saying, Corey.
So if you happen to get all the challenges done for both the amateur version and the pro version of the level, you unlock rad mode, and you have to get through rad mode to basically get the completion. Rad mode is simply getting from the start to the finish, landing perfectly like every time. So yes, that is difficult to get to, but if you're good enough to beat every challenge in the game, the rad mode's really not going to be that hard. So yeah, if you're not a completionist, I do recommend this game. It's very fun and it's very cheap very often. Go play Ollie Ollie XL2 or Ollie Ollie 2 XL Edition, and you won't regret it.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Vulgar, you have been sitting there very quiet as well. What have you been up to?
Thanks. So I have been on what I would consider to be a death march, grinding out completions. But the one that I've played that I did not end up completing, but I liked the most, was We Were Here Together. I think just about anybody. The first We Were Here, that was on Games with Gold not too long ago, like 6-7 months. Time's lost all
Not
meaning
too
for
long
me.
ago. Just a lot of months ago.
Like before the dark times, you know? But you work with another person. I've been working with death dealers, and you solve puzzles. They're asymmetric puzzles. We did the other We Were Here. I think like We Were Here 2 is the other one. But this one's the one that feels like the most game of all of them. Like it actually has a plot Like you have to get to the place first as opposed to like being dropped in there. The puzzles are bigger, more intense. So it is a much better game. I'd recommend it. And it seems pretty doable. And if you are the cheating sort, you can find a guide on Steam that lists out everything.
Don't you want to play for fun?
Yeah, no, I am actually. We are working on doing the puzzles legit because if you have a guide, then it's literally no fun. But then we go back through and we have a guide so we can figure out exactly what the heck we tried to do. So yeah, I'd recommend it. It's like $13, I think. I don't know. But yeah, would recommend all three of them are a lot of fun if you're playing with a co-op partner. But I could never get the walkie-talkie to work. So just playing a party. Yeah, the game yells at you, but just play in a party and it'll be fun.
Oh, really? It didn't even work in the first game. You couldn't play in a party.
You couldn't play in a party?
No, you could. You definitely could play in a party. They just yell at you. The game was like, it's better for your experience if you play in a party. And then you just like, yeah, whatever, nerd. And then you just join into the party anyway.
Yeah, I think Elle and Michelle, didn't you guys have problems with the walkie-talkie? Or I remember you guys saying you had problems with something on that game.
We did at first, and then on subsequent playthroughs, we used it, I want to say.
I don't think so. I think we chatted on the phone because I thought that the hook of the first game was you couldn't use party at all. Like it actually just disabled your ability to be in party.
Right. No,
so we would be on the phone.
It just brings up a pop-up is all that it does. So most of the time you're fine. Because I did it with somebody. We just had to do it through a party, which was a shame. We were ready to do like little kids with the walkie-talkie and just be like over. And that never worked out.
Yeah, like, I loved the concept of the walkie-talkie. Like the whole idea of it's great, and that idea of like you have to really listen to your partner when you're playing We Were Here if you're using the walkie-talkie, because if you start to talk over them and you press the button, you no longer hear their dialogue. So I thought it was a cool way to try to immerse you in the experience, but it just never worked for too long.
Yeah, it literally never worked. Like we were just sitting there in the dark and then we joined in on a party and we're like, are you talking? And it just, yeah. So we like the puzzles are pretty good in those. They get better actually. They get progressively harder on some real head scratchers. But they're all doable. They're very like if you work it out and talk through it, you can solve it. So it's not like you have to run to a guide to get to all of them.
Cool. They're the best. And
yeah, no, it's nothing like that, but
all right. Well, also sitting quietly, Rockabill, what have you been up to? God knows you're up super late or super early at this hour. 6 hours ahead of us.
Yeah, it's almost 3:30 right now, so I'm a bit tired.
I don't know.
But well, let's get to the games I've played. Yeah, I've actually been playing for fun now since the G task is over. I've been playing longer games and I've been playing to help the community. Among those games, there's been Human Fall Flat. Ben L set up the last session on Saturday and we went through that game. It took a bit longer this time than I'm used to because the lag was not helping and I had some wine, so that probably didn't help.
Wine just seems like it would make that so much better for anyone but you.
I like how you tried blaming the lag and you're like, but also I had some wine.
Yeah, the thing was that I had started drinking before I started playing, and at first this feels off, but I can't really tell why things are, I'm not the host, that's why, but it probably took me 30 minutes before I figured that out. I've also been helping out in DayZ. Thanks to Bear Me for extending the server for another month.
Oh, right, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not been very populated since. It was Bear Me and I think it's just one more whose name escapes me right now. Sorry about that. But yeah, DayZ is horrible. Do not play it unless you get on the server. The achievement server Rocket to set up is excellent. You can get it done in 90 minutes with a guide. And I mean a Sherpa, not a actual text guide or video guide.
Okay, so if you're saying the game is bad, I'll actually assume that the game is bad. Because before Elroy said the game was bad, but he would say something like, a Call of Duty and Halo's bad, so I can't really take his word for it. But
no, this is so bad it's good,
game,
man.
It must be a bad
It's
game.
so bad it's good. No. It is an experience, my man.
It's so bad it's bad.
It's all about the journey, not the destination. About taking those packs of bullets out and unwrapping them and loading them into a cartridge, loading the cartridge into the gun. That's the journey.
Yeah, it's really, really horrible.
And if there's anyone in the Twitch chat that's listening to us right now, or eventually when this is released as a podcast that's listening to us, I think the server's still active for another week or two. So if you're interested in playing DayZ, make sure to hop into the Discord and opt into that room so that you can get whatever help you need to get through it. The game would be very, very difficult to complete naturally. I think it would be almost impossible, but Corey did an amazing job setting up that server. So just, again, jump into Discord, ping any one of us, we'll help you get situated for that.
Yeah, there's an achievement for killing a survivor from 300 meters. And that achievement alone is worth almost 1,000 TA, and you can have it done in a minute or two.
Yeah, I've ran people through in under an hour.
I don't know. Maybe y'all got a steadier hand on that. That took me a little bit long.
One shot. It only took me one shot.
It took me one shot too.
I was doing it with Rocker, man. He was Rocker, man. He's a sharpshooter now.
Took me one shot.
Well, like what? After like a whole bunch of warning shots.
Well, I thought he was.
The first 20 were practice.
I thought he was a tree.
They were all practice.
So I didn't realize.
We had to hold glow sticks so that you could see the person you were shooting.
He sure did look like a tree, man. I killed that damn tree, man. I think I shot it like 10
wow,
times.
that dealer.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, you did shoot me in the arm, and I ended up bleeding out, and you got the achievement. So it all worked out.
It all worked out. You were standing too close to the tree.
Yeah, but I echo, if you want these achievements, get on the server now. There is another achievement server that someone on True Achievement set up. It's far from as good. It has an estimated completion of 7 hours or so. If you do it on Rocker's server, you can get it done in 90 minutes.
Yeah,
the longest part is shaving.
Oh, no, that achievement.
I've been using Almost There as a streak saver. It's a not very good platformer. I don't find it horrible, but I wouldn't recommend it. I also went for the Octonaut game, the shoot 'em up that was rumored to be delisted, and I believe it now is. So if you didn't pick that up in the first 1 or 2 days it was released, you can no longer get it.
Wow, that sucks.
Are you gone?
It'll probably be renamed I know it's gone on PlayStation, but I don't think it was gone on Xbox just yet. But it's a naming issue. There's something else called Octonaut, so I imagine there's a copyright claim against the name. So they'll probably rename it and re-release it eventually.
That makes sense.
If you have the game already, you're not going to lose access to the game. It's just you can't freshly pick it up.
Israel will lose access.
Israel will. Well, you know who won't lose access? That would be Codeine, who just won Octonaut. So good timing on that segue there.
Perfect timing.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
It's a shoot 'em up where you play as an octopus.
That only has 6 arms.
In space.
A sextopus.
It's
trying to
keep
keeping honest games honest, man. That thing didn't have enough arms.
Well, that's true.
You were counting the extremities?
I was.
Oh.
I mean,
I was busy shooting things.
I mean, if you're going to claim to be an octopus, you better damn well have, 8 arms.
It's a quick completion, and if it ends up being released under another name, I'll probably double dip, get back to it. I've been playing some Cuisine Royale. Despite finishing that game, I still really enjoy it.
Whoa.
Did you find
run
the
around.
Royales?
Is that allowed?
Yeah, I did start Black Ops
Plays for
4
fun.
recently, which I think that game resells for $100 still if you want the gold edition with all the DLC. And I find that really, I don't like it at all. So I go back to this really budget-ass World War II mashed up with magic game.
You know what
It's
I've
just
noticed?
It's just really fun running around with a golden frying pan, hitting people while there are zombies running around.
You know what I've noticed? The real skilled achievement hunters always play games for fun. Like Jimbot will just keep playing Rocket League. Waka will play any battle royale till he's blue in the eyes. That must be the secret.
I think it's the secret to longevity in doing this, because you need to remember to have fun when you're playing games, all joking aside. And we can burn out in this hobby pretty easily. So taking that step back to play something that makes you remember why you love video games is really important to being able to continue to do the achievement hunting you want to do.
I've also convinced a few people in the community to play some Cuisine Royale with me. And I feel that some people bounce off rather quickly, but we've been having real fun, and some have gotten some really high value achievements, Elroy included, who does not play multiplayer games.
Man, I just remember the Jeep full of guys in their undies running into the lake and drowning themselves. Now that thing was
Now that doesn't sound like a good time. I don't know what.
Exactly.
That sounds like a really good time.
Well, now I'm told.
Hold on, time out. You got Elroy into a multiplayer game?
Hey man,
Did you trick him or
desperate
something?
times, man.
Captain talking.
G-Task, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I've got 1,500 TAD in half an hour while in a meeting.
Wait, I'm sorry. How much in an hour?
Yeah. it's like-
1,500.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you
man.
said 6,800. I was gonna say, holy crap, that's insane.
Yeah. Now, if we had found the
1,500
fridges,
still.
maybe. I don't know, man. But there's a bunch of fridges laying around and we couldn't find them all. They're all different colors.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bearmy
good
found the
fucking-
fridges in our third match, so he was really lucky.
Dang. Yeah.
That's 1,600 TA right
Yeah,
there.
Well, in case you're wondering, Foof, I think I'm far not the expert in this game, but I think you start the game in your underwear, and so you actually have to buy stuff. And so we were just a bunch of noobs in our undies, and we were rolling around in a Jeep, and we needed to kill ourselves. So we just ran into the lake, and some guy was watching four scantily clad dudes run into the lake and jump out and drown themselves. It was pretty exciting.
Sounds like an average day in Alabama.
You fit 6 in that Jeep.
And the final game I want to mention is Dreamfall Chapters, which I've been playing through again for the game club. So right now it's just me and Shui on Ice who've been playing through the first 2 chapters, and I've been really enjoying the discussion around it. He is new to the series. This is the 3rd game, so he is very much confused. And even if you haven't played even if you have played the previous games, you will end up confused in many cases. But he is extra confused, which is fun for me.
Well, he is Scottish.
Man. It's a shame you couldn't join us tonight. You know.
Yeah, Scottish people, they have to go to bed early or something like that. All right. So,
one other thought real quick before we jump off games. None of us mentioned, but I think we'd be remiss in not mentioning the Lego challenge that's been going on this month.
Ugh.
Since all of us have been playing other stuff. Just want to shout out the community for all their awesome participation in that, and Jay Black for coming up with the concept. Because
Everything was awesome.
extra phlegmy, but
everything is
that
awesome.
there has just been such incredible, amazing participation in that. And I know no one on the panel touched on it, but I didn't want to get through this episode without mentioning it because it's really been a community highlight this month. So good job for everyone who's been participating in that. And I look forward to seeing the final stats in the next day or two.
Yeah, for real, that's definitely worth mentioning, especially since today's the last day of the month. Like, I at one point, even though if it got changed back, the patron VIP chat, I wound up changing it to just Lego chat because that's all it seemed to be for the longest time was just everyone talking about Lego. It was crazy.
Some of y'all put up some insane scores. I was like, hey, if I could do like 3,000, that'll be good. That'll place. No, wrong, dumb.
And Alex Davies points out, though, Chewy made amazing bar graphs for this. So if you check it out in the Discord in the Temporarily Lego channel, you will see he made Lego based bar charts. They're amazing. So it's just all part of how awesome this challenge has been. So
Spoiler.
Oh, go ahead.
By the time you hear the podcast, there won't be a Temporarily Lego challenge anymore. There will be a proper Chewy's Challenge CC channel.
Woohoo!
And the temporary Lego one will go back to the TA event, which will be the Bean Dive. So do keep an eye on that. There's going to be some other Discord changes too. But yeah, just a quick little FYI there.
All right. We'll have to get those pictures out of the temporary Lego and put them somewhere else so everyone can see them. Put them in the new CCC room. All right. Well, let's continue on. We put out a couple. We put out a call in the patron chat. Yeah, patron chat. I think it was to get some burning questions. Did I say that right, X?
That was pretty close, but it's more like burning questions.
All right, I was close. All right, whatever.
Yeah, not a bad first attempt.
Speaking of burning, man, shouldn't this be a good time for some toast?
Who wants toast?
You would be right.
That's really not going to get old. I guarantee you there's
I'm
a few
sure
people that are
Kelly
like,
feels very differently about it never getting old.
She's starting to get tired of it. I'll be honest.
I don't live with Elroy, so
What do you want
to
for
me,
breakfast, honey?
Yeah. Burning question number 1. Without constraints of reality, what video game location would you most like to visit? Waka, is this? I see it's blank, but do you have somewhere you want to go?
Well,
Or should I skip it?
I didn't know I've got something, but I didn't really have time to prepare this. I was busy not falling asleep. But
That's fair.
this is cheating a bit. Would the end of time from Chrono Trigger count? That place is like a nexus for
Yes.
all times. So could I leave that place, or would I just have to hang out in the empty void?
That's interesting.
Otherwise, I have a fallback.
What's the
Man, you
fallback
came
as
with
well?
two answers.
Because now I'm curious on what the fallback was.
The fallback is Sigil from Planescape Torment, and I'm assuming I'm not under threat of getting immediately killed. But
Excuse me, sir. That's from a book, not a video game. That's from my 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons.
it's probably both. Well, I know it's. I only
Never
know
heard you
it
do
from
that
video.
before.
Devin over here of all the great
Nice.
impersonations.
So Sigil is a really strange place filled of very strange stuff, and instead of being like a normal planet, it's kind of folded inside out. So the city is on the inside of a giant sphere, so you'll see everything from the inside.
Interesting. All right.
Does that mean like you jump, but you're like falling? How does that work?
The gravity is still on the outside, so you'll still stay in place, but you can see the other end of the city all around you.
And from what I remember of Sigil, it's a place that you just sort of end up. Like you can open a random door and you end up in Sigil, and then a random door would take you somewhere else.
Have you played Halo? Imagine Halo, but the entire it doesn't just be a small strip through space, it will be the entire thing.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, but yet it's still somehow confusing at the same time.
It could make for a really funny Halo story. I bet.
Is that like Doom?
Oh,
Oh, I was gonna say it, but I didn't.
I was hoping I was dead.
This is AH 101, sir. Dead horses are never actually dead.
This is fair. Nate, let's get off of these dead horses. What about you? What's your answer?
My answer is rhyme.
Oh, that's not bad.
Is there any
There you
rhyme or reason to that?
There it is.
I was going to make that joke. You beat me to it.
It's so darn pretty. You know, when you're not depressed, it's very
colorful.
colorful.
Yeah, it is depressing.
But we won't talk about that because that's the back half of the game. The front half of the game is amazing and beautiful and isolated, and it's the perfect vacation spot if you like. I don't know, following. What is it? A cat? What is the thing you're following?
It's a fox, man.
Fox, yeah, that's what the fox
Come
said.
on, man.
So you're following the fox, but there's also some pigs. I mean, you're playing with the pigs, I think. So
They're technically boars.
yeah,
They're boars, actually.
exactly. I was actually thinking, Fufu. There's no food. There's like hardly any shelter on this island. But now I'm thinking, yeah, there's bacon. It's like
So
the
it's
food.
not that bad of a world if there's bacon.
No, it's not bad. But yeah, no, it's beautiful. I love that game. It is so pretty. Once again, talking about the first half of the game. It's great. Love it. I don't want to ruin anything, but that's a great game.
You love the 500 collectibles that go with it, or
So I played it for fun, and I did not use a guide, and I'm going to go back and clean up with a guide, and also hopefully have some fun.
Oh, it won't be.
But yeah, now if you want to know where all the collectibles are, just talk to Fug because he's really good at the game, and he found them on his first try.
I'm sure.
Oh, great. How about you, X?
Are people tired of hearing me talk about Assassin's Creed Odyssey
Oh,
yet?
for God's sake! No, I'm just kidding.
We made it so far.
We're beginning to tend into dead horse category here, but it's relevant, so we're okay.
Well, my answer is
I'll allow
it's an even tie. It's AC Odyssey just because ancient Greece is beautiful. I have no particular attachment to Greece, current or ancient or even future, I guess. But just the game is gorgeous, and it would be really cool to explore ancient Greece. My more practical, personal attachment answer is it's another Assassin's Creed, but AC Syndicate, just because I am a sucker for Victorian England and Industrial Revolution kind of era. So it's not so much that Assassin's Creed is set there, just that I love the era, and I don't know too many games that are set in, 1860s, 1870s England. So
You're just hoping to meet Evie.
I have such a huge crush on Evie. She has freckles, man.
Oh my gosh!
But she was my
Evie's
laptop
a Pokemon,
wallpaper
you sicko.
and
Yeah,
my
really.
Xbox home wallpaper, whatever you want to call it, for a while. But no, I don't know. I'm just a sucker for Victorian England. That's all I got.
Michelle?
So, at first, my very initial response was actually Grand Theft Auto 4 because it's basically home, to the point where the front
That's a
doors of the
little
main
cheesy.
building where I work is actually in the game. I remember driving past and being like, "Whoa, it's the main branch." But
Weird.
picking something that's not a place that I live in, I would love to see Rapture from BioShock before all the terrible stuff happened. When I think about
Interesting.
gaming moments that really imprinted on me, because we've all played a lot of stuff, but I think we'd all also admit that we don't remember a whole lot of the details of the things we've played because we go through them so quickly. But I still distinctly remember that feeling the first time the bathysphere descended and you wind up in Rapture and just how grand it looked, even though it was destroyed. So seeing that before all that happened, I would totally love to visit that.
So you don't want to assert yourself and become a splicer?
No, not this time. That might be on my return visit.
Not this time. All right. That's an interesting answer. That's a go in.
I was thinking Rapture, pre, decimation Rapture would be pretty cool.
Right, because even post decimation, it's still it's a fascinating landscape. I just don't really want to deal with the splicers and the turrets that just shoot at you for existing. So
is it which BioShock are you talking about?
the first BioShock.
Oh, okay. I thought y'all were talking about Infinite.
If you go to
No.
Infinite,
Columbia.
That's
DLC
in
for
the sky.
Infinite is before.
I was gonna say that's in the
Yeah.
air. Yeah, you got Abe Lincoln with the rat, railgun.
Spoilers? Question mark? I don't know.
No, I think it's pretty standard enemy. Am I wrong on that? Anybody played Infinite? You got Abe Lincoln going at you with a Gatling gun? Nobody?
I think that's Bill and Ted.
Oh, come on. Y'all were...
Yeah. It's like, welcome to the Hall of Presidents.
BioShock Infinite is one of the long list of games that I have that I've never started that I keep intending to. But Fug actually confirms that it's not a spoiler. So you're all right.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't played them. So
Thanks, Fug.
it just kind of sounded like a spoiler.
No, you got a bunch of presidents, and the statues come alive, and they all got big guns, man. They'll tear you up.
Okay, that kind of makes me want to play that game.
Exactly. That's what I was like, man. That's why I thought she picked it, but okay.
Well, that's Columbia, I think, right? The ship. It's like got a whole different name.
Yeah, the whole floating city is Columbia.
Yeah.
If we want to talk BioShock spoilers, though,
let's
not
do that. I would like to get to them one day, and I'm sure there's someone else that's going to be listening to this and go, "Don't spoil BioShock." So let's not spoil anything.
Well, there's a whole generation of 18, 19-year-olds that might first be looking at a game like BioShock. That when did that game come out already? It was
2007.
Yeah, 13 years ago, they were 6, 7 who didn't play it and don't know the spoilers. So we're going to be nice.
I think he's laying down a challenge there. So,
yeah, I feel like the statute of limitations on spoilers. We've had this conversation many times.
Yeah, I mean,
But I'm going to play it soon.
yeah.
They were all released.
Would
in
you
the
kindly
360
not spoil it?
There we go.
So BioShock 1 came out September 13th, 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in college, like my freshman year of college when that game came out.
I was a junior in high school, you old man.
Well, anyway.
You old people, I was in 9th grade.
That's the best stream chat I've ever seen, by the way.
Well, what I do know is that this is given...
full of rats, Elroy?
Yeah, it's just rat.
I'm sorry, I cut you off, Em, but that needed to be said.
Getting excited over here, man. Looking at it.
Well, what I was going to say is I noticed actually on the sheet, Corey is supposed to speak after me, and he left his blank. So we've done enough delaying for him to come up with an answer.
Oh, wait, I
You
didn't
ready?
type. Oh, yeah, I have an answer. I think I have the best answer. All right, I would pick as a realistic video game place to visit the sunny metropolis that is Bunny Parking.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it. You got traffic. You just start kicking cars. You're going to get home in 20 minutes flat.
Good answer.
You want to just go for a boat ride? There's a river right there. There's a farm take the kids, pick some carrots. The perfect vacation spot, Bunny Parking.
Love
You
it.
ain't wrong.
I don't even know what to respond to that with.
There's even like the park.
All
You
right.
can play soccer. You put some thought into this. I like it.
Yeah. Leisure time.
You could afford to not put that on the doc because literally no one else was going to think of that. So good job.
Right? Yeah.
thinking
No one
outside
was
the
going to
box. That was
snipe that
perfect.
one from you.
So.
Elle, your turn. Where you want to go?
I think he's asleep.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. I want to go to where Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball takes place. I mean, is there any other answer? I mean, maybe if there's a sandwich island somewhere. I'm sure there's got to be.
So
like
Cloudy
Burger
with a
Time.
chance
I'll
at
go to
meatballs?
Burger Time and then make some burgers and then throw salt at people.
You afraid
Pepper.
that the Dead or Alive girls wouldn't just politely and kindly ask you to leave?
No, they would ask me to play with them. All right.
I feel like they would
So
see you
skilled.
and be like, "Oh, let's go to a different beach." But then they'd see Elroy and be like, "Time for the gun show," because that's how they talk all of a sudden when they see Elroy.
Oh,
That's how they talk.
Yep.
I actually did get called gun show once in a race. It was an 8-miler, Hillendale, and some dude's like, "Good job, gun show." Serious.
I don't even know what to say with that. So
I used to stop at a gas
Yeah.
station, and the
Oh,
guy
yeah.
called me Big Chief every time. So
Nice.
yeah.
Big cheese.
All right, so I'm just
Cheap,
going to
cheap,
answer
cheap,
to continue on because this is weird. My answer would be straight out of the Elder Scrolls. I want to go to Cyrodiil. It's a little cheating because if I say that, I can visit any point in the Elder Scrolls series. But when you just go through these games, the worlds are massive. Some of the places are beautiful. I would love to be able to just go see some of the landmarks. Be able to see some of the like the mountains, all that. Like going to the Imperial City from Oblivion and seeing the White Gold Tower would be awesome. You probably couldn't ever go there, but to see the Cloud Roller Temple where the Blades whole outpost is, like that would be really cool. There's just a lot of stuff to look in the Elder Scrolls games that I think it would be a better vacation spot if you don't get attacked by wild beasts or Atronachs or whatever.
What about the biggest fan?
The what?
Your biggest fan when you're arena champion? He just follows you around?
Oh, that you said biggest fan, so I'm thinking like you're like an actual fan. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Like
Plus you have some guy following you around that's your biggest fan. Yeah, that's even better.
And pet mud crabs.
And pet mud crabs. You can go sell to a mud
crabs.
crab. You could do business with them.
Well, out in Morrowind.
Is that the game where you take an arrow in the knee that thing came from?
You know what, Elroy? If that's
You're
all
on
you
the
got
right
out of that,
track.
I'll accept that. That's more of the game that I thought you would know.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I'll take that. That's good with me. Let's see. Well, Elroy, where would you like to go?
Oh, adoring fan. That's what it is. Thanks, DBC.
Oh, all right. Well, I put some thought into this. I thought, I would like to go to a nice, peaceful place. And so I chose the universe of Pikuniku. That's the little animated game that was on Game Pass not too long ago. I chose it because it seems like kind of a fun place. There's a lot of trails. You start up in a mountain. There's a lot of trails you can go explore. So that seems like a few days of fun. I think Piku, that's the main guy. He's red. He ain't got no legs. I think or no arms. I'm sorry. I think he and I would hit it off. And I don't know. I think he seemed like a friendly sort. And so I'm thinking Piku and I would just have a good old time just exploring the Pikuniku universe. You know that Piku never skips leg day, so that's a plus for old Piku. I do like their sport of choice. I'm a soccer player, have been my whole life, so it looks like they play a variation of it. You earn hats. That's an amazing currency. You can, everyone likes a good hat. I like a good hat. And then money drops from the sky and you get it for random stuff. So you just put a bunch of crap on your porch and then all of a sudden something comes along, takes it, and then gives you money for it. So it's like a very early version of eBay kind of, except for it's a lot less work and like shipping. Shipping on eBay, man, that thing, it takes too long, man. Boxing it up, getting it just right, and then having to drive it over there, or I guess arrange a pickup. So you just throw your crap out on the porch, and it's gonna get picked up, and you get free money. And then there's Mr. Sunshine. I really like his ads. I think I could really enjoy watching those ads. It'd be a lot better than the Geico commercials, even. And I'd like to have a crack at the Dance Master. The Dance Master is in that one place. He likes the EDM. And I'd like to have a chance to try out some of the moves I've been learning. I'm getting pretty good at the Roomba and the Cha-Cha. And also,
are you getting good, or is your Rhino getting good?
I don't know. I'm actually doing this. Kelly would notice if it was a giant stuffed rhino that was, going to dance class with her.
Even though you do have that costume.
Would she though?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are going to at some point do a routine in our inflatable rhino costumes. For those of you that haven't seen yet.
God, please film this. I want to see that so badly.
Yeah, we each got one. We got it. We didn't know these existed until we watched The Masked Singer, and they had a rhino on there, and some of his backup singers were wearing these costumes, so we went and got them. We didn't know they existed at that point. And one last little random fact about Pikuniku is that he saves the worms, and I actually enjoy saving the worms. If I'm on a jog and it's just raining, there's a worm, and he's on the sidewalk, and he's just not going to make it back. I always take the time and just bend down, pick him up, and throw him in the grass. It's just a little common courtesy I give to the worms.
That is the most rewarding answer. So on the sheet, I was sitting here looking at you go PQ, and I could not figure out for the life of me what that was because I'm looking at PQ, and the only thing I can think of is like maybe it's shorthand for Pikachu, but I'm like, there's no way Elroy would ever say anything remotely close to Pokemon.
And Pico de Gallo is really good. So, Fog, I hope that was a more well thought out answer for you, since some of the other answers were not satisfactory for Old Man Fog. So there you go.
Oh my gosh, Devin, you go ahead. Where do you want to go?
Yeah. Okay. Well, first, I want to shout out Das. I can't pronounce your name, but I'm sorry. But you subbed a lot.
Das Kunin.
I didn't want to butcher it. I want to do it.
Das Kunin.
Das Kunin. There you go. So I was thinking about this for hours. It literally just came to me today. I was thinking that most video game worlds are terrible, and you wouldn't want to visit them because you would die. I do not want to die. So I picked the most pleasant place I could think of, which is Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley fits the millennial dream of being a homeowner and having a job and a single income house. And people will randomly give you beer for just being there because they want to be friends. Everyone wants to be friends. What more do you want out of a game? I would love living in Stardew Valley.
Isn't there monsters in Stardew Valley?
You have to seek the monsters out and fight them in a cave if you want. And you can't even die. You just get knocked out and you get taken back home. And you can get rich selling wine. It's awesome.
So
you literally can't die. You can get knocked out. And then you can visit a desert. You can give diamonds to a redhead and get married and have kids. It's amazing.
That is everyone's dream. Damn.
And now you just sold X.
Yeah, there you go.
Does she have freckles?
Penny? I believe she does.
I mean, most
She's
redheads
the school
do.
teacher.
So.
Yeah.
I'm Inspector Gadget.
You just got to go get diamonds. Don't worry about it. You got it. Yeah. So that was my answer. Stardew Valley.
All right. Well,
can you repeat that? I had to go pee. I didn't hear it.
Well, thankfully we have it recorded. You can listen to it back on Spotify and Podbean and wherever you get your podcasts. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Probably not. All right. So, burning question number 2.
Burning question.
Burning question number 2.
All right. I'll just let X take care of that. That's better. If one Nintendo game got...
I got you.
I appreciate it. If one Nintendo game got Xbox achievement support, what game would that be? Or what game would you want that to be? And bonus points if you can get it, if you could create an achievement. So I'll start this one off. I really was trying to think of a game that's kind of out there. I didn't just want to give the cop-out answer of Pokemon or Smash Bros. Or Animal Crossing because that's like pretty much
good answers.
They're like the only Nintendo games I've really played. I don't play Nintendo games. So instead of trying to pick something off the Switch, I kind of went back a couple of generations. I thought of a game on the Game Boy Advance, and I don't even know if you guys have heard of this. Has anybody heard of the game Sonic Battle?
That sounds like Sega, not Nintendo.
Yeah,
like the Hedgehog?
I don't think that's a Nintendo game.
Sorry, dude.
Take it.
Are you guys aware of Mario?
Job here, Foop.
You're right.
There is this guy Mario.
So just to prove that I don't play Nintendo games, I just go, oh, it was on a Nintendo console, so therefore it counts. Like,
man, that was a really good Nintendo game called Bonk Adventure too. On the TurboGrafx. That was it's just like Doom and all that stuff.
I just thought, oh, it's exclusive to a Nintendo console, so therefore Nintendo. Oh, that's right. Well, then Pokemon doesn't count. You know what? Then I don't really have a good answer for this other than like a Super Smash Bros.
Why wouldn't Pokemon count?
Whose
That's not
question?
That's technically not
by the way?
Nintendo.
Maybe we should give credit to whoever asked.
It's
this.
Game
They
Freak,
own a
but
part of
they
Game
almost
Freak.
yeah. Nintendo owns the Pokemon, but Game Freak develops them.
Right. So it's a Nintendo.
It's a Nintendo property.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'll
So
go
you
with
can
Pokemon.
go with the Pokemon.
I'm going with cop
Which
out
one?
answer. Oh, which one?
Because if you say anything
Snap,
that isn't Pokemon Snap, yeah, then you're just wrong.
Is that the only one that you
Yeah.
played, Michelle?
I played Red and Blue. Like
okay.
I played OG Pokemon, but I stopped after that and played Snap and played Pokemon Go for the 4 weeks. It was really popular with everybody.
Oh, Pokemon Go is still good. Okay, well, if I had to pick one, I'd say Alpha Sapphire. I really enjoyed that one. Even though if any hardcore Pokemon fans heard that, I would probably get skewered for that.
Do you mean Surf the game?
Possibly, yes. Hey, I
Because
like the
that-
Hoenn region.
Yeah, I know. It's called Surf the game because all you do is surf. But we can chat Pokemon not on an Xbox
Pokemon.
podcast.
Or just never.
Not Pokemon.
Pokemans?
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Come on, X, you're better than that.
Pokemon because it annoys L.
Am I
to
though?
no end.
Am I though?
Yes. It has an accent, man.
Nate,
That might be
save
the nicest thing you've ever said to me, El. Thank you.
it. Go ahead, Nate.
You be an English teacher.
That was, way to start us
Oh,
off,
you're
dude.
throwing to me?
Who wants to throw that? Who wants to follow that? I mean,
Save it.
Sonic the Nintendo game.
Well,
I have a
I will
feeling
give it my
Koosh is
best
going to
shot.
steal my answer.
I'll give it my best shot by throwing Waka under the bus. I will say Pilot Wings, so that Waka can run everyone through in an Angel Waka session. Gets all the achievements. But if not that, then everybody wants Zelda. Everybody wants Mario. So I'm going to go Luigi's Mansion.
Wow, nice one.
Very nice.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that game. I know there's one out on the Switch, right? Is that true?
There is
Yes.
indeed.
There's one on Switch.
The
Yeah.
sequel, right?
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna check that out at some point, even though there's no achievements. But I think that those achievements would be super fun. And maybe it's because I've been playing Moving Out, and it to me it's they're kind of cousins. But yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
I never played it.
I never played it either. I hear they're really
Oh,
good.
well, okay. So do you know anything about it? You're Luigi. You know Luigi, right?
And you're
I
in
know
a
it's kind
mansion.
of
He's the green Mario.
moving out. I think, but-
And you can just there's a dedicated button for Mario.
And he's walking around this mansion. He's got he sees ghosts, and he just uses his vacuum cleaner to get rid of them. And I think he uses his flashlight to freeze them too. I think
That busts and makes him feel good.
does. It's only been 10 or 20 years since I've played that, but that's what I remember.
Do you have to empty out the bag or anything?
No, it's bagless. It's Dyson. They're
Wow.
top notch.
Pretty awesome.
How about you, Al?
Well, I'll go with all the cop out answers because someone has to say it. Metroid. There's no other answer.
That's honestly
that?
what
What's
I
that?
expected Nate to say.
I'll say.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
I was
well,
expecting Koosh to say Metroid.
Once you didn't say it, I figured I would say it.
Well,
Super
I'm
Metroid
predictable.
or Metroid Prime, and I'll come up with an achievement. Beat it in an hour, 100% items without dying. There. Seems easy.
I'm sure there's someone in GDQ that can do that.
Probably.
Yeah. You save the frames, kill the animals.
Without glitching through walls.
Damn it. Save those animals,
No.
monster.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Kill 'em
Oh.
all.
Listen, there would be 2 achievements on the list, one for saving the animals and one for abandoning the animals. So you'd have to do both anyway.
Absolutely.
You'd use your save. It's fine. You save the frames though.
Corey,
Yes.
what's your answers?
Well, I
It's
guess
the big-
I would take Mario, right?
Hmm. Mhm.
Mario Maker specifically,
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
level head?
the better level head.
The
Ah.
original level head.
But this sets it up for a perfect achievement list because there is a single player story mode. So you got your normal achievements for that. You have your easy, your normal, your expert, your super expert levels. You get achievements for those, and then you get some achievements for making levels. Easy peasy.
What about an achievement for having 3,000 play minutes or whatever it is on the level that you created?
10,000 community downloads.
I would do 10,069, but yes, let's do that.
All right.
It's an arbitrary number.
Yeah.
Reaching out there trying to grab something.
You suck.
Oh. Did you hear what you just said?
I don't know what you're talking about. Elroy, what game would you want?
Oh man, well, you can't get more Nintendo than a good old game of Pong, or
Wait, what?
or maybe Pac-Man. That was
Definitely Nintendo classic.
Yeah, definitely Nintendo, just like Sonic. But no, the P-Tart
I hate you all.
P-Tart was dead on. The obvious answer is Bubble Bobble, even though that's Taito, not Nintendo. But so if it were Nintendo, I would say that one. But I don't want to pull the same mistake that Mr. X over there pulled and allow my significant other to know that she would actually enjoy playing Xbox, because my wife loves Bubble Bobble and would be all over my Xbox. And I would never get to play myself, much like Kelsey evicted X from playing his Xbox when Animal Crossing, I believe it was.
No, it was The Sims. Those damn Sims.
Oh, Sims, that's it. I couldn't remember. But anyway, so my answer is actually one. It's a little known game. It came out. It was one of the original releases for the NES. It was Balloon Fight. Anybody ever play Balloon Fight?
I did.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did.
The old people.
Wow, good choice.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones back in the day. So it's, for those of you that don't know, it's a couch co-op, but it also has several modes. You can go where you can, like a survival mode, see how long you can. It's a side scroller, and so you have balloons attached to you, and you can't collide with obstacles such as electric shocks. And there's an ocean that a fish will jump out of and eat you, or if you just land in the water, you die. And then there's also enemies that have balloons on them, and if they get above you and they hit you, they'll pop one of your balloons, and then you have to do the same. So it's kind of joust-ish, if you will. And so it's a cool little game. So I think that it could have some legs. I don't think there's anything quite like that on the Xbox that I'm aware of, where joust or balloon fight-ish, where you just have to get above your enemy and to kill them. And so, since there was bonus points offered for names of Chivos, I got you. I got your bonus points. First one is called Chivo Pop, and that's for killing your first enemy. See there? Chivo Pop, because you kill them by popping their balloons. The next one is called Once in a Balloon Moon, for killing your first blue enemy. Okay. And the next one is called Balloon Screen of Death, for dying 50 times. Then I tried to change it up and not go with the balloons. So we got Gassing Game, for earning an extra balloon. You have Full of Hot Air, for beating the first 5 stages without dying. You have Pop Culture, for defeating the versus mode. You have Into the Deep Balloon Sea, collide with the water hazard. I Am Shocked, for colliding with the electrical spark. And then Better Latex Than Never, for getting a balloon power up.
I will play this game just for those achievements, if that was real. I just want those achievements on my tag.
That's it, man.
I don't even know what Balloon Fight is, but I want those achievements.
There you go.
Ratalaika, hire this man.
Ready.
Elroy would probably do that for free for Ratalaika.
Yeah.
He would pay them to let him do it.
Man, if I just get another shout out in a game, another Brer Elroy on the trailer, man, that's what payment enough is. They pay me in full.
Maybe a dual shout out. We get a whole team going here. Whole team.
Get a whole trailer park, one for everyone.
I'll take it.
I don't need a trailer.
Yeah, you do.
Saucy says you actually have to play your Xbox to get achievements, huh?
X, what game would you pick?
Man, you can always just say Patriots suck. Cam Newton.
Is that a sports ball reference?
Yes, for us people that are normal who like sports.
Okay. Well, anyway, my answer to the question is Mario Kart 8 because top 3 games that I've ever played. In terms of hours. Number 3, Skyrim. Number 2, Fallout 3, and number 1, World of Warcraft. Number 4 would probably be Mario Kart 8. Huh. So I put so much time into this game that I feel like if it had achievements, I would probably have about 900 of them, because really the only thing I haven't done in the game is get the gold trophy and all the mirror mode cups. Just can't do it. Messes with my brain, man.
Wait, specifically
Double
Mario
Dash
Kart
is
8
better.
or
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the Switch Deluxe version with all the DLC and all the good stuff ready to go.
Yeah, like Devin, I would have thought that, most people's main game that they put, or main Mario game, or Mario Kart game, daggone, that you put most time into is Double Dash, because that is clearly the best one.
Double Dash is the best one.
I never actually owned that. My brother and I played that one because he owned it. He was really good at driving, and I was really good at using the items, but I never owned my own copy. But with my Switch, that's by far and away the most played game on my Switch, and I would hazard a legitimate guess that it's my 4th most played game of all time. It might actually beat Skyrim and Fallout, to be honest, but
that's
I didn't know Elroy was... Huh?
I said that is quite crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, I love it. It's a blast. We just set up like voice chats with my buddies, and we just have Mario Kart game nights, especially with, COVID quarantine. It's been a lot of fun to still sort of have some social interaction. But
it's great. Don't get me wrong. I love Mario Kart, so.
Yeah, the best part of Mario Kart is where you drive a flawless race. You don't run into everything, and you just have the best lap of over and over. And then at the last part, you get hit by a shell, and it's over, and you lose by.
Yeah, that sounds
That's
right.
awesome, man.
That's like an Elroy muffed completion. It's a muffed gold medal.
Yeah.
But to be fair, you could start in last place and still win at the end.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Sounds great.
Well,
Super
I
rubber
only
banding.
I only came up with one achievement. I didn't realize I was going to go after Elroy, who actually put awesome, considerable thought into this. But I would just have one achievement for get gold medals in all the cups, either single player or multiplayer. It doesn't matter. But have a gold medal in every different cup, because that's, like I said, I have them all except that damn mirror mode. So that would be a pretty cool achievement to have. And then I just want to give a quick honorable mention, since I can't let VSS go, even though some others suggest that I do. Oh, my heart. Star Fox 64, man. If Star Fox 64 had achievements, my childhood would have been, ruined, because I probably would have, hunted all the achievements then. But that was the only game I played from, when did it come out? 1998, 1996? I had like 2 games on my N64. One of them was Mario, and one of them was Star Fox. That was all I played, and that would be like such a blast from the past.
I had a friend in college that looked just like the bird character in Star Fox.
Falco?
Yeah, man, he looked just like him. He had the bird face.
But yeah, I don't know. My friend Ricky and I had nicknames. I was Falco, and he was Slippy. So we would call each other Falco and Slippy because we were both obsessed with that game. And then this was like pre-internet, so we had to like find out all the secrets, fly under the rings, and then Falco's like, "Oh, that's pretty smooth flying, Fox." And then, you go through the waterfall. Just a lot of fun with that game. I'm going to stop talking about how great Star Fox 64 is, but if you haven't played Star Fox 64, it's great, and you should go play it. X out.
All right, Michelle in.
All right, so
that was a nice segue, Foof.
I kind of have your back here, because when we initially got this question, which again specifically states, if one Nintendo game got achievement support, what would you add achievement support to? And I immediately went Tetris 99, which is not a Nintendo game.
Womp.
It's just not a game on Xbox, which saddens me terribly.
See, that's okay. I'm glad I'm not actually alone in this train of thought.
Well, here's the thing, to be fair.
Damn it.
I figured that out before we recorded, so I had another answer ready. And I went initially with a cop-out answer, but I've gotten a little more time to think about it. And the game I would really love to see come out on Xbox, like fully realized and ready to go, would be Mother 3, which is probably not a choice that everyone knows, but just in case you don't, Mother 3 is the final game in the Earthbound series of games. So the only one that made it stateside was Earthbound, which is amazing and is one of those RPGs that even people who don't really like RPGs, Devin, seem to enjoy. So I would love Mother 3 to get fully translated and have achievement support because I would love to play it. I know there are fan translations out there. I don't really do too much game playing on my Surface that isn't for achievements, and I'm just not motivated to do that. But that's what I would love to see. And unfortunately, I do know there was a second half of the question for bonus points, but as I have never played or read up on anything in Mother 3, I don't know enough about it to develop an achievement for it. But that would be my dream goal.
All right. Yeah.
Is no one going to make a Danzig reference? Come on, man.
I was waiting for you to do it. I thought for sure.
I was like, if anyone's doing this,
she was on a roll. I wasn't going to stop her.
I thought for sure either X or Devin was going to do
trying
a
to raise
Danzig
hell with me?
reference. So I just
All right. We're all on the same page then. We all dropped the ball.
Mother.
But we all picked it up.
Mother.
Or you were all just polite enough, to let me, which is nice.
That's overrated.
Yeah, who needs niceness? Devin, since you dropped the ball on the Mother reference, why don't you go ahead and give your...
Well, really, my favorite Nintendo game that I'd want on there is God of War. It'd really be great to just run around as Kratos and just kill a god or two, like the whole collection.
Elroy's like, I don't get it.
I got freaking compared to Daryl again. All right, I got that last time we did this show. I got compared to Daryl off Walking Dead, and it took 2 hours. And finally, I get compared to Daryl yet again. Thank you, Sausage.
But
I didn't even hear what you said. I'm so sorry.
No, that's all good. In all seriousness, though, Mike Tyson's Punch Out is my favorite. Punch Out's my favorite Nintendo series. In general, I love Punch Out. And if we're gonna be picking up things, we're gonna make it Mike Tyson, not that Mr. Dream stuff. Get out of here, Mr. Really. Dream. I don't want you.
Mr.
We're fighting Iron Mike.
Glass, come on, Mr. Glass got to make the cut.
No, that's Glass Joe. He's definitely in there. But yeah, mine would be I've never seen such finger speed before for beating Mike Tyson because that is exactly what he tells you. And it's great. Yeah. You never played Punch Out, play Punch Out. It's the best.
I watched a speed run at GDQ for it.
So have I. They did it blindfolded.
Yeah.
No, go out and play it. It's free if you look on the internet in websites.
At some point, Little Mac's shoulder, man,
and finished it blindfolded. It can't be that difficult,
right? Yeah. Just if you're gonna bootleg the game and play it online, just make sure you watch your left.
Yeah, and watch the chafing of the shoulder when you heal Little Mac. Yeah.
Mash B.
Don't give up, Mac. Fight.
Yeah.
All of these references are going right over my head. Like I kind of got an idea of what you're talking about, but I've never played this.
Hit him with an uppercut while he's stunned. I forget.
There's I think I did play this game. I think in the Animal Crossing or the Animal Crossing on GameCube, you could get like all the NES consoles, and I think Punch Out was on there. So I might have played this through an emulator in the GameCube on Animal Crossing.
But not Mike Tyson's Punch Out though. That's that Mr. Dream stuff. Doesn't work. Like it's not the same.
Okay.
You got to have the rapist in there. Come on.
Was Little Mac taller than the Ghost and Goblin guy? Because those guys and Mike Tyson, man, they were sure pretty tall, and he was pretty short.
I believe Little Mike's listed height is 4 foot, which makes him very, very heavy to be heavyweight boxing. He's a dense boy.
He eats a lot of carbs.
Who's scheduling these fights, man?
How much does this guy weigh?
Thanks, Dino Ball. Jeez.
That Dino Ball. Dropping it down.
Wow.
Joining it in the fun clap. Good one, Brian.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Real quick, thank you for everyone that's been subbing. This is amazing. Thank you for the support. Waka, why don't you go ahead and wrap this burning question up? What game would you choose?
Well, since most of my picks already have been taken, I'll go with one of the obvious ones, and it would be Zelda: Link to the Past. It's one of my favorite Nintendo games. I'm not sure how the achievement list would look for that, but I think you can avoid missables in that game. So, yeah.
I imagine the
it's just
achievement list would be a lot like Night and Plus from our friends at Radaleka.
It would probably
Yeah.
take a little more than an hour to complete, though.
Well, just the concept of the list. Beat this boss, get this item.
You just gotta know where
Well,
to
speedrunners have been getting very good at Link to the Past. So I don't know what the world record is, but I wouldn't surprise me if it's around 1 hour.
That's true. I think our friend Das Kunin, who contributed a bunch of subs earlier, did and perhaps will do again streaming of random Zelda, maybe, where it like takes Link to the Past and kind of puts random layers over it. So that people have done all sorts of things with Zelda, Link to the Past in particular.
Well, that
Randomizer's
would be
awesome.
a fun achievement if you could get the randomized Zelda in there.
Yeah, that would be
The,
fun, actually.
The world record, I just Googled it. World record is 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 7 seconds.
Is that a 100% no death run?
Ooh, I think that's just an any percent run.
Oh, okay.
Well, that'd be
Any
it. Yeah, there's some qualifiers to Link to the Past.
Yeah, I see one for
Yes, that
an
is an-
hour 14 minutes, but I don't know if it's any percent or whatever.
Yeah, any percent, unless we're finding something else. For 100%, I got an hour and 41 for
I mean, is
100%.
Is that y'all's favorite Zelda game or Link game?
It's my favorite Zelda. Is Link to the Past.
Smash Bros.
Yeah,
is the
mine
best
as well.
Zelda.
Yeah, that game's a lot like Doom.
Some people will say Ocarina of Time, but those are just people who are really young and didn't have a Super Nintendo.
We all know
Facts.
Majora's Mask is better than Ocarina of Time. Come on.
Oh man,
Yep. Majora's Mask is better than Ocarina of Time.
Air high
Also
five,
true.
Waka. Woo!
Heizo is talking about
Totally.
Waka let me
Path.
down, but Vulgar got me.
There's some delay here.
He's 6 hours ahead of us. It'll take a few minutes. Take a
Yeah,
little bit
there
before
we
it gets
go.
to you.
That jet stream and
I actually like Link's Awakening the best. Anyway, Heizo's talking about beating Link to the Past in 10 minutes with a glitch.
yeah, I was
that
looking up
game's
non-glitchy,
glitchy.
specifically a legitimate playthrough. But yeah, you can glitch any game on NES, SNES in 6-7 minutes.
Just want to let Heizo know that Arizona is, yeah. Great. Hey, leave Zelda 2 alone, Brian. It's a good game.
Sure.
Wow, Smitty with the Link to the Past hate.
So, as I think everyone's answered the burning questions, and Elle's just reading the chat now anyway, we were going to go ahead and just open it up. Actually, congratulations, guys. You got through all that content in less than 2 hours. I'm very impressed.
I am impressed.
But we wanted to open up some questions to the people that are in the chat right now. So if you have a question for the panel as a whole, for an individual, just go ahead and type it in the chat. We'll go ahead and we'll grab a couple and we'll answer them. So once you guys are done entering the raffle, so just go ahead with that exclamation, sometimes you.
Good timing.
And
Well, while we're waiting, there was a bonus burning question submitted anonymously, but I put it up for voting with the fire symbol. What does Big L actually do for this podcast? That is a great question. Who would like to answer that one?
You know, I just got here and I don't really know.
God damn it.
I've been here almost from the beginning, and I'm not sure either. So unless I missed something in those first 6 weeks.
all right, we'll move on because there is a question in the chat from Alex R. Davies. He just asks favorite moments from the first 101 levels of Achievement Hunting 101. So I'm reading the chat, Smitty, so that I can actually direct conversation. Elle's just reading the chat because he's distracted. So,
Well, I have an answer to that question.
all right, go for it.
It is when we had Fighter Chip guest star for the first ever time, and we got like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, clap, and then Kenny's like, "Oh, welcome to Achievement Hunting 101," and then you just hear like "FUL," and that was it. That was the start of the episode. It was fantastic. Easily a highlight. Love you, Chip. Thanks for that.
Oh my.
Except he didn't say F for anyone who didn't hear that one.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of bleeping to do.
There was a lot of censoring on that one.
Oh man.
Is that
Anyone-
the same episode? Was it? Did Waka describe him as being in a bathtub on the freeway? Was that the same? episode?
Yeah, it was not.
That was his spec ops.
Waka has the best derogatory comments about things. Waka, could you just tell us things you hate just for a minute?
Why are you looking at
Bovine
me?
I try to not hate things. I just keep it away from me.
So, knee-jerk answer for best moment for me, and this has actually been said before, but it was just that good, was the Hawken boost. It was just so good, and we brought up a little bit ago about Elroy like never playing multiplayer games, and him joining into one is so rare, and him joining into one. And that's where the joke of the June bug came in. And I thought he killed Prue because Prue was laughing so hard.
I was pretty sure Prue wasn't going to make it through that session. I didn't know people really talked like that.
That was one of those things I really wish I streamed at that point so I could have captured that and had that for prosperity because it was just that good.
I have a couple. Besides this lovely live show, which is probably going to eclipse anything that we say, I have two. One was when we did the Vayner recap, and that was really fun to put together. I love this rendition of this song that Skeptical Mario made for us. It was just a really good show and a really good into a year of some good games. And with that, I always have to hear it. So, with that, I do want to give away a Vayner right now in the chat to subscribers, just so you know. So get in for the newest Shantae game right there. Secondly, I want to note my favorite story from the podcast, which would be the one, I think it was like on episode 2. And that was when the rats pissed all over the jet ski.
What?
I'm not done with that one.
Oh my God. I totally forgot about that.
It will make a comeback in the future. In the near future, I hope.
Oh, man.
I think a favorite recent memory has been people coming together for the DayZ server, which we know is now slowed down, but it was cool to see the community come together and all get in there and figure out the game together. And Corey being responsive to like, dude, there's 100 rifles, but not one single knife to shave with. Like, can we make this happen? So that was a really good time. I enjoyed seeing over the more recent history of the podcast.
As much work as that was very fun and rewarding to do. I think our last count, we had more than 60 completions just from our server.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite moments, recent moments, and since our last live show, was doing the episode with Dino Bull. I mean, never had a. Sorry. I never quite had a co-host that just talked so much. I mean, just really was very elaborate with his answers and just really painted a picture for everybody so that it was like they were there, and it just carried through the whole episode. And if you haven't seen that one, you might go check out that one. You'll get
he responded in chat. Elroy, if you look at the
what did you think about a lot of this or that? And, nope. Okay, Dynamo, thank you.
Well, this actually leads nicely into another question that was asked in the Twitch chat. Ahizo asked, who has been your favorite person to co-host with?
Oh, I think Foof should answer that.
Oh,
wait. Foof, you got to pick one. Gun to your head.
God.
Gun to your head, Foof.
That's hard.
John Deere!
What the frick was that?
We do.
John Deere head!
Oh, that was so loud.
Rip headphone users.
Adam, I got my first try. You don't remember?
No, this gun is in a little. The trigger finger's getting a little itchy.
Listen, the Twitch user, the patron, the sub, Ahizo has asked this incredibly difficult question of you. We've delayed enough on your behalf. Who's your favorite person to co-host with?
As I'm saying this, I see 8 pairs of eyes staring me down, saying you must pick me. So,
Well, you
see
make your
7
favorite
pairs of
kid.
eyes and a rabbit.
okay, yeah, well, yeah, it's close enough. It's been a joy to record with everyone. Get all this kind of stuff out of the way.
You've been shot by now.
Oh, I would have been. I don't know.
Dead, man. You are long dead.
I am long dead. Honestly, if I have to just give one, it's probably Elroy, just because it is. I don't know what to expect. For the sheer that I don't ever know what to expect. The conversation could go in any point at any time. You are probably the most unpredictable person I know.
Oh, yeah. We have to go get some Mexican food again soon.
We do need to get some more Mexican food. You come back to DC, we're definitely going.
You got it.
Foof, I don't want to steal anyone's thunder. But the review that you and I did on some game with dragons or something,
that's also a
and
great
Domenico
podcast moment.
That was fantastic. That was one of my favorite interactions that I've done on here, and that was with you.
Oh my
but
gosh,
I just gotta give a shout out to my buddy Elroy. Anything we do, it's always a pleasure, my man.
Oh man, I feel you.
That another great moment was when Waka and I did the Dead Age review. God, like episode 20 or something like that. That was forever ago, because that was the first time I actually spoke to Waka. So that was great. Yeah.
I don't think anyone actually played the Age after that review, even though we didn't really. We tried to be kind to it, and I don't think anyone actually got interested in the game.
I don't think so either.
Probably the same thing from our Dead Rising review as well, where we tackled the entire freaking series in an hour. I think it was all 10 games.
And the movies.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh man, that was ambitious. I'll
I have another question here, which is not video game related, and we're going to do this, I guess, lightning round style. No, it's not a tough question. It's just everyone's going to answer quickly, and I'll prompt you, and you'll answer. The question is very simply, favorite food. Kenny, you first.
Steak.
Devin?
Buffalo wings, hot wings.
Waka?
Lamb karahi.
X?
Macaroni and cheese.
Koosh?
Ooh, mazzarepas.
Oh, so good. You stole my answer.
Another good podcast moment.
How could you not pick me, Foof?
I'm sorry, El.
Sure.
It's difficult.
No, I would have picked Elroy too.
Everybody.
I will say sushi.
Oh, why didn't I think of sushi?
Good choice. All right.
Oh man, protein.
just like Soylent?
Elroy, I knew you were going to say something anti-carb, so
See, that's
just
exactly what
here's
I'm
the
talking about
giant
with
plate of
Elroy.
carbs for you, okay?
Oh god.
That's exactly what I'm talking about with Elroy. It's so just I don't know where this is going to go.
Corey, you're up.
Elroy, don't listen. A beefy 5-layer burrito.
No man. I care about you.
And I'm going to steal Toad Style Venom's answer from the chat, bulgogi, which is absolutely delicious.
I don't even know.
All
what it
right.
is.
It is
No
Korean
idea either.
beef, like barbecue. It's so good. So if you ever see it somewhere, I would completely recommend ordering it. The next question I have here is from Prue, who specifically asks Elle, why did you bone Foof so hard this week in Halo?
I mean, I boned him before we started on the chat as well.
That's going to be a clip.
But
Someone's gonna put that.
listen, Foof didn't get the job done. He had 1 extra second, but What I remember in Halo Reach is him just betraying us over and over and
I don't know what
making
you're talking
other things take longer. So he kind of had this coming. It's all contextual.
Okay, I'll give him that. I can't argue that one. That is
This is
kind of
true.
karma. Okay, maybe I'm less mad at Elle now because that is kind of karma.
Karma, chameleon. That's
It
for
comes
fun.
and goes.
It
So next
comes
up-
and goes.
Next up, we have a question from Ozbuff Fanatic, which is actually a more real question we can dig our teeth into. If you could get any game from the original Xbox remastered for current consoles with achievements. So to be clear for Kenny, from the original Xbox remastered for current consoles with
I've already
achievements
got this answer.
that hasn't been done, what game would you most like to see? And I'll go ahead and let you answer first.
This one's a tie. It's between Mech Assault and Morrowind. I don't care which one it is. Bring out a special edition. I will pay whatever price you want. I want both of those games remastered with achievements so very badly.
Awesome. Does anyone else want to jump in, or you want me to just go through and call on you?
I
Night
have an
Trap
answer.
for the Sega CD.
That's great, Devin.
Yeah. Morrowind he stole mine. He had to be like, I'm gonna pick two, and one of them's Devin's.
Okay, fine. I'll take one.
obvious
Mech Assault.
answer.
Yes, Waka?
The obvious answer is Knights of the Old Republic. But I'm going to go a bit left field and say Breakdown, the first person. I don't even know what it is. A beat 'em up, maybe. It's a really strange story told in first person back when they just didn't do that, and it opens with you eating in first person and then vomiting. So
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, that's great.
All right then.
I had that game. That
want
was
to-
that was weird.
Breakdown?
I don't think most people got very far into it because it was really, really difficult.
Of course, Waka goes for the
Also, you
difficult
time
one.
travel by
Yeah,
new.
right.
I want to just note that a couple people on the chat noted that they would like to see Jet Set Radio Future. Any
Oh,
opinions on that one?
Good call.
That'd be pretty dope.
I
But
wanna
Jet
say that
Grind
was
Radio,
BBC mentioned that, and Freak seconded it.
the OG is on there, on the Dreamcast. I was one of 5 people that owned a Dreamcast.
Hey, I owned one too.
I had a Dreamcast also.
Oh,
my
I
family
did.
We're all
There's 3
here?
of the 5 right here.
Sorry, Michelle. I left mine out in the rain.
Oh God.
It was a wet Dreamcast.
Someone
But,
left the Dreamcast in the rain.
There's love for
Poor guy,
Dreamcast, at least from Alex R. Davies, who feels that
Yes.
Dreamcast is the best console.
I had fun.
and-
Yet the
it was
radio
fun.
is
I had fun
is
just making
actually on
totally.
the, on
Go ahead,
the
Waka.
Xbox. Yet Set Radio is on the Xbox. It's a arcade title.
I don't think that's Jet Set Radio Future though.
No.
Which,
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Jet
that.
Set Radio.
yeah.
That was.
Yeah,
the
the other one.
I was gonna say I enjoyed making totally legal copies of Dreamcast games, and yeah.
I know the game that always comes immediately to my mind is Psychonauts, which I know was also on. I believe it was on GameCube, maybe. But I played it on Xbox. I only played 1 or 2 games on the original Xbox, and that one really stuck with me. But hopefully, we'll get Psychonauts 2 before the Series X is obsolete hardware.
Can I just chime in? No one has mentioned Blinks yet. Blinks the Time Sweeper.
I wonder why.
Yeah, there's
That's such a good game.
It's,
Oh,
I think
man.
it's swept from time.
That's the reason I
Okay,
got my
Psychonauts was
OG
PS2.
Xbox.
I
Good-
pre-ordered links. I'll admit to that.
Let's put
It was
an
also
X in the
Xbox.
title. That makes it cool.
Yeah.
I would remaster Munch's Odyssey, Oddworld Munch's Odyssey in a heartbeat.
Oh, good
Oh, I
call.
forgot about that. Good call.
I'm just
call.
munching right now.
Favorite Xbox game.
Munch.
And it's not like an exclusive, but we've talked about it recently in the Discord too. But Tony Hawk Underground, I had on OG
yeah.
Xbox.
I didn't know that was on
I would play
Xbox.
the crap out of that one again.
I played it on PlayStation, but yes, that's definitely a good one to get remastered. Hopefully that comes soon.
All right, I've got a couple more here. We'll go through and then move on to wrapping up. So, Jay Black asks, "What was your favorite guest or interview?" I know Elroy's answer.
Well,
Donovan, you still there?
besides that guy that just wouldn't shut up. My gosh, that
Dino Bull.
that Dino Bull in a China shop, man. I was. I'd have to go even further back than that, and I have to say that I thoroughly enjoyed interviewing old Jakey from England. With NASCAR drivers be like, broom, got to turn left, broom, got to turn left, broom. Yeah, that was. I had no idea how that interview was gonna go, and oh man, it was all over the place. I know it was Elle's favorite, so I had to make sure to bring it up.
I mean, yeah, it was totally.
I love that we got Redemption Denied on here a few times.
Oh yeah,
actually, because not only is he like a super cool dude just from talking to him in the Discord, but he is honestly a really big deal to any Xbox achievement hunter. Like, Stallion, Smirnov, and Red. And I mean, I'm basically on a first name basis with the guy.
Aren't you special?
Assuming his first name is Red. So
and he told us about the Orca game.
Good one.
Yeah, I enjoyed having Carnage on the podcast in the early days. He's another one that's up there in terms of recently past 1 million. So he's another recent millionaire and has definitely helped us out in the past too with code drops and such. So it was good to have him on the show and hear some of his experiences as well.
Yeah, episode 5.
That was early going.
That's very
Sure was. Sure was. Well, we got to work on more of them guests. That's what I'm hearing.
We do. Hey, patrons.
It's been great having Sarah on the show. She's always wonderful when she's on the show. P-Tart. I'm sorry, Sarah.
Sarah with an H.
Yes.
I remember her.
She's around. She's around.
Yeah, I got my Mountain Dew Michigan for her.
All right, I got 3 more questions here we're going to go through unless anyone sees something really interesting pop up in chat, and we'll get that added toward the end. So first up is Carpe Adam 79, who asks, what should the next big boost game and what should the next big boost game be? And can we boost PUBG yet? Waka, can you boost PUBG yet?
You can boost PUBG. You don't really need to, since there are a lot of bots running around that are easy to kill.
Poor Prue.
What happened to Prue?
Stan called him the worst host ever for 2 podcasts. And he said, yo, I'm right here. Prue, I second that. And you suck at not putting on a Grunt birthday party also.
Yeah.
Just want to point that out.
We will. I'll clarify that.
Back me up.
So for those that play Halo, what's the one skull you put on no matter what?
Blind.
No.
Damn,
you
I foiled it in.
Party. You always put that on there, so when you get the headshot, you hear the bloop, yay! No, he never puts it on. And he does
When
it
we
just
went
to
for a
piss us
part,
off.
when we went for part times, he never put on the time. When we went for part scores, he never put on the score.
So for anyone interested in playing PUBG, why don't you instead play Cuisine Royale with me at some time?
There you go. I did see some interest on Discord and in the surveys a little bit for Destiny 2. So that's something that might be coming at some point. I don't know if it could be boosted, but you need to be in like clans where you work on different I don't know exactly what it's called, but you work on different tasks together.
Some of those nightfalls and raids, you need a pretty big group to do. Well, not a big group, but you need a coordinated group of non-randoms. Randoms is just a good way to waste 3 hours of your life.
Sounds like you're talking from experience here.
I mean, we were random
100 hours.
It's true. Kenny, did you say you have a good answer?
I say the Elder Scrolls Online. It's on Game Pass.
Is that something where you can make a crew sort of like in Gems of War where you're sort of loosely connected but not necessarily in the same space at the same time?
I think. Honestly, I don't know. I want to have the Elder Scrolls completion, like series completion, and that's like the one that's going to stand in the way because it's going to require like a gajillion hours. Darn MMOs.
If you haven't started it yet, there's a few unobtainables, so that's never going to happen.
Wow.
Do you think
rip that stream.
Sorry, buddy.
Kingsman actually mentions in the chat Saints Row 2 boost.
I was
And
gonna
there's.
say that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Al.
It is free as of today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So that game is a game with Games with Gold title. So I think a bunch of us are probably going to be looking to jump on that soon. So if there's interest in that, we can certainly start coordinating that. And Smiddle asks, I think in a not real way, about Phantasy Star Online 2 and who's coming with him to play that. Not volunteering, but if anybody wants to, there's that as well.
Ooh, I'm busy that day.
Yeah, sorry, Smitty.
I gotta return some videotapes.
Yep.
I'll also throw out Sea of Thieves would be a good one.
Sea of Thieves has potential. I just, yeah, I just don't see any of us committing to that.
No.
Okay, let's move on here. Saucy Slingo asks another question specifically for Kenny.
Oh boy.
When are you going to beat Flappy Goat?
For God's sake. I knew it was that. As soon as I heard Saucy Slingo and question for Kenny, it was either one of two things. It was either Flappy Goat or when am I going to eat the ghost pepper? And honestly, I really don't want to do either.
I think yes, both.
Why not make it the same day?
Because I don't hate myself
celebrate.
that much.
To celebrate.
On the live stream. Like, that's how you get subs.
Yeah.
I think we passed our sub goal to eat the pepper while playing Flappy Go and dancing in Victorious.
This sounds horrible.
If we get 500 subs, I will volunteer him to eat the hot pepper.
Oh, that is awesome.
I will just voluntarily eat the hot pepper if we get 100 subs.
If we get 500 subs, I will get a Carolina Reaper and eat it. I'll for sure.
Email this web zone and we will eat hot peppers.
In my hand, I have Ass Blaster. It's a
I'm gonna isolate that.
chocolate-covered licorice with Carolina Reapers. I'm a bit afraid of this, but here goes.
Yeah, Waka.
Don't do it, Waka. It's too late.
Cheer walk on, everyone.
Oh my god.
Keep talking.
Bye, Waka. So, this is why we love Waka so much.
What a great way to spend 5 a.m. eating the hottest thing imaginable.
I like Fug with the voice of reason. Might have been a bad choice.
He stayed up late for this. Are you not entertained?
All right. One more question here. If anybody else has another question they want to throw into the chat, maybe we'll see if we can get to it, but we need to move on to a couple other pieces of business. So this final question here is another one from Jay Black, and it is, what is one feature from any console that you wish Microsoft would bring to Xbox?
One feature?
A feature. Yeah.
Good games. Oh.
Dang, shots fired.
Damn it, Dave. It's not a Rock Band mic.
So I actually have a legitimate answer.
Sure.
And I know it's kind of existed in the past, but not quite the same. But the Wii U with the touchscreen thing, it was really nice for games with inventory management because you'd have your game on the screen on your TV and you could just do whatever in the menu and inventory, on your controller. So that would be really nice to set up like a new smart glass or something and just have that on Xbox games. That would be cool.
That's cool. That's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
And I know some games kind of had smart glass integration, but not like I'm referring to here.
He had a name.
Remember the original Xbox and you could like rip CDs to it? I want to rip my CDs.
Oh yeah. You could put in the WWF games you could make entrance music with your ripped CDs.
Yeah.
And then Tony Hawk Underground, I would skate around listening to Hybrid Theory. It was awesome.
I would play Amped listening to Meteora because I was I was so edgy. I was an edgy teen.
Dynamo.
In all fairness, I still listen to Hybrid Theory and Meteora. So
you're an edgy man.
I'm an edgy 30-year-old man.
Has sub 12 subscriptions.
You the man, Dynable.
All right, what's
Now-
48 more? Come on.
Now, J Black says he expected more feature shout outs for Snap, but I think the way the question was phrased made it sound like it was from a non-Xbox console.
I liked X's answer a lot, not just for touchscreen purposes, but for going to the toilet purposes.
Well, we're kind of getting there with if Project X Cloud finally moves on to like your Surface or plays well on your mobile devices. There's some potential for that to actually happen.
I keep this handy right by my bedside so that I can cloud it up when I wake up.
Whoa.
Why don't you be more specific for the audio listeners?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I deliberately was
Like, he
not
keeps this
specific
handy
for
over
the
here.
audio only listeners.
Please excuse me while I whip this out.
That was. Can we just talk about how amazing Blazing Saddles is for like 4 seconds? Can we just do it?
I think we just did.
Okay, good. We're done. That's all I needed.
You saw a movie from
Basically, the answer
before
is
the 2000s?
anything that brings the fusion of toilet to the console, just the fusion of the two together. I think that is what we're all looking for.
Oh, that's why I just have the console and the TV just hooked up right in my bathroom. Y'all didn't do that?
I have a question from nobody, just for myself. Waka, are you okay?
He's like, that's that's the start of all my days.
Waka, has your ass been blasted?
Yeah,
Well, I think that happens tomorrow.
blaster.
That's like 4 hours from now. Blaster.
The blast of jalapeno.
If
I have
Waka just
no
posted
idea.
a Discord blaster, we know why.
I have no idea how I'm supposed to eat all of these. I'm just going to give it to unsuspecting guests.
One at a time. Yeah, just put it out in a candy bowl. Like Halloween or something.
Your children. All right, I think that's all the questions we had from the Twitch chat. So thank you everyone for giving us some questions to answer. And I think we can move back to some of our regular podcast business.
All right, well, the only thing that we want to talk about with the regular podcast stuff is the Gamertag Challenge, and I'm going to throw this over to Nate.
Yeah. So is it? No, it's not quite midnight. But July's Gamertag Challenge is Philip Wendell, who I think is in the chat. Yes, there he is.
Yeah.
Hi, Philip Wendell.
Hey, Phil. And he has chosen Outer Wilds as his game. And our bonus that we've chosen for him is achievements with a given name in the title. So example, Wendell's Story from Far Cry 5, or What About Bob from Halo Master Chief Collection. Limit 1 achievement per game. Standard rules apply.
That's a good bonus. I like that.
And we will be doing the drawing for the last Gamertag Challenge next week.
So you still have like an hour to work on Freaky Row if you want to. Just get all that into the spreadsheet, correct?
You can work on Freaky. If you
Sure.
want.
Yeah, that's how clocks work. You're good.
All right. Well, with that, let's get into Proclamation Point.
Should we have L horribly announce this for old time's sake?
It's my old echo mic.
Either him or Corey do it with a fancy voice.
Proclamation Point.
Nice X impression.
Or both.
You want an X?
Proclamation Point.
There we go. All right, Corey, while you have the fancy voiceover, why don't you do completion?
Completions. The Joe Dean has reached a new milestone of 140 completed games. Freaky Row, 160 games. Retro Chief, 1969, 165 games. Icefire TN, 225 games. Philip Wendell, 240 games. Kingsman, 430 games. Big L has completed 480 games. P-Tart has finally hit a milestone. She would be
Finally.
God. Come on, P-Tart.
Triple Triad, 777 has reached a new milestone of 595 completed games. Elroy OMJ, 640 completed games. RPG Davy at 665 completed games, and Toad Style Venom at 895 completed games.
Philip Wendell also has a completion percentage of 65%.
Oh, I don't know. This felt like there should have been a reaction.
Elroy, you do the streaks.
Oh man! All right,
Keeping you
so
all on your
we're
toes.
so proud. We're so proud of Isrit and NBA Kirkland, Wanda's husband, for their 10-day streaks. That's amazing, y'all. The Moose is loose on a 25-day streak. Congratulations, Koosh. Chesno, 175-day. That was quite a jump there from Koosh to Chesno. Lady Licky, congratulations on her 200-day achievement streak.
Nice job, lady.
Yeah. Death Dealers, another lady, 700 days. It's a little more than Lady Licky's 200 there. Prue.
Oh, lady.
Yeah. Nice one. 1,575 day. Did that one sneak through? Why don't you write us back when you get 1,600? Fug, 1 year achievement streak. My gosh. Man, time flies.
Nice.
Yeah. X is currently on 1,000 achievement win streak. I don't know why.
Quarantine is awesome. That's why.
All right, so and I hear he's a millionaire. Vulgar.
Who'd you hear that from? Not me.
The vulgar Latin one is 2,000. Just to make X look not as impressive, doubling him up. And then Dunko's is out of order with his 500 achievement streak, which probably should have been mentioned earlier.
So we normally don't mention this sort of thing, but MDP 73 pulled a frame and got to 99 days on an attempt at a 100-day streak, and made sure to mention it so we could make sure to mention it because he was trying for that 100 day. So just wanted to give a shout for that 99-day attempt.
Rip.
He's got 99 days, but a streak ain't one.
I just heard Pac-Man.
It was better in my head.
Nintendo Classic dying there.
Devin, why don't you take over with ratio and achievements 1?
Oh boy. Chesno has reached a new milestone of 1.3 TA ratio for achievements 1. Woo. Sabin Rothschild has reached a new milestone of 9,250 achievements 1. Philip Wendell has reached a new milestone of 10,500 achievements 1. Freaky Row. I don't know, man. I'm sorry, dude. I'm making it up as I go along. Has reached a new milestone of 11,500 achievements 1. What the fuck has reached 16,000 achievements 1, as has Mr. Moose. Great job, dude. 16,000 achievements 1. Mike Pitch, 16,250 achievements 1. The Joe Dean, 23,000 achievements 1. Elroy OMJ, 24,500 achievements 1. Wakapale has reached 25,500 achievements 1. And Exe the Hero is 27,500. Hey, great job, guys. Personally, from me to you.
Thanks, buddy. That's from me back to you.
Thanks.
Waka, why don't you do gamer score?
That would require me to have the document in front of me, which I do not.
Okay, Michelle, why don't you do gamer score?
All right, I think I can handle that, except for I can't handle that first sentence. But moving on. Hatton90 has reached a new milestone of 140,000 gamer score. Doughboy is now at 165,000 gamer score. Chesno at 185,000 gamer score. Seamus McLimey now has 390,000 gamer score, as does Bastion Reader. Vulgar Latin has a new milestone of 630,000 gamer score. Kingsman is somehow out of order at 620,000 gamer score, and Exe the Hero has continued to grow past 1 million into 1,030,000 gamer score.
Totally
Retired,
retired, though.
Totally.
Retired. Don't worry about it.
Hold on. Elroy got 30,000 in like 2 weeks. It took me 4 months, man.
Yeah, but what did you dive?
You're still
this past-
outscoring me.
He dived
And I'm
Endless
not retired.
Legend.
That doesn't say anything, though, Foof.
Endless Legend.
I think Jeffy has outscored you, and he's a panda.
No.
Like, didn't you also do all those Japanese games too? Like, come on.
I did. There's a story there. It's not for today, but
I'll allow it.
If you say so.
there's a story.
Osbuff Fanatic says in chat he hit 465,000, and Philip Wendell just got to 300,000 gamer score yesterday. So definitely congrats to both of you. If you're not already friends with the AH101 profile on TA, it's complicated. So if you can't find it there, just message one of us in the Discord. We'll make sure to get you added so we can get you on the milestone feed.
At staff and someone will get you on. Nate, you do TA score.
Okay. Chesno with 240,000 true achievement score. Hat90 with 250,000 achievement score. Death Dealers with 350,000 true achievement score. Philip Wendell, that's a name I've heard before, 480,000 true achievement score. We have Sabin Rothschild with 530,000 TA. What the Fug with 780,000. Ahizo with 790,000. Bastion Reader with 890,000. Vulgar Latin with 930,000. RPG Davy with 1,040,000 true achievement score. Fighter X 93 chip 1,060,000 true achievement score. We have Matriarch, or also known as Matriarch if you're Kenny, 1,080,000 TA score.
I haven't done that in a while.
No, it's not in a while. Just it's a callback. Matism with 1,150,000 TA. Kingsman 2625 with 1,150. Prue with 1,290,000 TA score. Oh, there's a page break. Toadstyle with 1,400,000 true achievement score. Word documents are difficult. And Wakapale with 1,520,000 TA score.
Which I will hit once again soon, since I flew by it up to 1,520,000 using Minecraft. Now I'm below 1.5 million again.
Got to be wary of those day one DLC drops or title update drops.
Yeah, I'm no longer in G-Task, so I'm totally fine with it.
G-Task.
All right. And Elle, why don't you round it out and do the leaderboards?
Oh, you left me so much. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, well, I didn't get anything, So
I mean, really?
Yeah, if you're
Do you
going
wanna
to
alternate,
X
Al?
can do it.
you want to alternate, L? You do the first one.
X can barely read. All right, just take it, X.
Yeah,
Take
the
it. I'll do the.
English teacher.
I will do the live
Okay.
event.
All right, cool. So Sabin Rothschild is now in the top 5 of the TA leaderboard for strategy and turn-based. That's pretty cool. Jablack is top 10 of Nova Scotia TA leaderboard for action adventure. So top 10 out of 12 people. Kingsman 2625, top 10 of Washington Gamer Score leaderboard, and Philip Wendell, who is dominating this doc today, top 5,000 of USA Achievement Completion Percentage leaderboard.
I thought that was Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. That's where Chewy's from.
Dinoble. You owe us like 10 more subs for that one.
Oh, love you, buddy.
I want to give a big happy birthday shout out to Exe the Hero. Turned the big 3-0 yesterday. Michelle turned something or other today. And she also got 500 completions. And a bunch of other milestones. And we've been doing a lot of rats. So good job, everybody. If your name was not read, get good.
Or friend the podcast
friend
profile.
the account. Yeah.
Friend the podcast.
I think I also add, if you have a milestone that means a lot to you and you want to come on and talk about it, send me a message.
Or me, either of us. We're both pretty adept at that segment.
For milestone musings.
Yeah, hit us up in milestones.
All right. Before we end this, we have one last thing, and that is not Xbox trivia. For this episode, it's going to be podcast trivia.
Ooh.
What?
Plot thickens, man.
Oh boy.
All right. So
toast.
Nate.
Toast. The answer is toast. What do people want?
So my question. It's been a while since I heard that. So my question for all of you, besides this level, so don't count level 101 because it's not published yet. If you were to look on our podcast feed, obviously we have 100 levels. But in the earlier days, we did a bunch of B-sides and some extra content. My question for you is how many total entries, if you were to look at our podcast feed, would there be? So Obviously, 100 levels plus how many B-sides or extra content do you think there is?
Do we just say it or?
Are we
I
DMing you,
DM'd
Kenny?
you. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay, I'll text you.
Hold on, I gotta.
Oh boy.
Damn it.
That's more entertaining than your question, Foof. What's the question?
Ooh,
I gotta
I like these
find.
answers.
That was,
Gotta
you thought they appreciated that. That's all that matters.
Are any of them close without naming names?
Yes, some of them are close.
Nice.
Okay, hold on. I finally found a DM.
Okay.
I feel like I should pull a Chewy and just send you.
Foof, repeat the
30.
question.
So, how many total entries of shows have we done over the years since we've started this? So obviously we have 100 levels. How many with that, and then how many B-sides and extra content episodes? I'm wondering if anyone knows how many total entries in a pod, and like if you're looking at your podcast feed, would there be of the show? And I'm looking at
Does
chat, see if
that
anyone gets
include Patreon exclusive content?
I amended mine,
Yes.
Fufu. Just
not counting the Patreon stuff.
This also is the answer for how many licks it takes to get the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop, and how many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man. So
42. Lady Licky knows the answer.
I always ask Mr. Owl.
So I'll go ahead and
Back
read off
on the-
everyone's answers. L answered 130. Nate answered 69 plus 42, which is 111. Michelle did 114.
Ah,
Vulgar Latin 124. Corey's 114. Wakapel is 120. And Exe the Hero is 133.
Hey, I texted you now.
All right. And Elroy texted
I
me, so let me
said-
grab my phone.
So,
And
there you
Elroy
go.
does 122 because he doesn't know how to use Discord. So the answer is actually 114.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Figured by Corey's smile that he had the right answer.
Who got it first?
Excuse me.
Who got
Shout
it
out
first?
To the Twitch room, Jay Freeze guessed 113. So that was pretty solid. Good job.
Yeah, Nate guessed 111. He's always right there. Technically, Corey got it first because Michelle couldn't find her DM.
I have so many DM windows now, so I was
job,
like
Stan, you
scrolling
just got
through.
good job, Stan. Well
Damn.
played.
Stan is so good.
I got it right on the head.
Darn that internet lag.
Oh,
Let's go
I
get some
almost-
bulgogi.
just looked at it today and sent it to you guys.
It's like he read my mind. He knew I was going to answer that question, or I was going to ask that question.
Do you have the other chat as a question? I'll ask the people not in this chat.
Oh, Waka's disappeared.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, I said in the chat that his ass has officially been blasted now. He's gone. Blaster.
He's blasting off again.
Do you have more? Yeah.
Nah, that's the only trivia question I got.
Well, let's ask the other side of that. Koosh, X, and Matriarch and Fufu are not allowed to answer. Everybody else is fair game.
Okay.
How many downloads has Achievement Hunting 101 received? Not counting YouTube, I think.
Does that include the old?
It may not actually. I don't know.
Because I know
It
when
may
we
not,
switched
it
over.
may not count pre-conversion to Podbean.
Do you want me to just DM
Now-
you? Slide into your DMs?
Well, we can play higher or lower here, so just yell it out.
It's over 9,000.
What?
Yes.
9,000?
That's true.
We
He's not
have
wrong.
901. Higher or lower?
Higher.
How much higher?
Well, you just got.
That's not
I'm
how
gonna
this
ask
game
X.
works.
I'm gonna ask Waka. So give me a number.
I'm gonna go with 69,420.
Very specific.
Oh man, I can't wait till you hit that number.
Voice. X.
I don't know. I'll just use a nice even 38,000.
38,000. And Wakapel. Hope your ass is okay. How many downloads has Achievement Hunting 101 received thus far? Roughly.
40,000.
You guys are shooting for the stars a little bit. We are over 17,000 downloads.
Which is
I
pretty
think
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Good job, Alex R. Davies in the Twitch chat, who guessed 17,170. That's pretty close to accurate.
Yeah. Philip Wendell got 18,000 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Of course he did.
He thought someone asked him how old he is. Oh, Philip.
Another
Yeah, Doughboy, I'm pretty sure that this is post-conversion to Podbean.
Close enough anyway. That's what we
Yeah,
have.
probably otherwise.
We have like
I'll
an
be
extra
right at
4
some
YouTube
point.
views from Exe the Hero.
They're not all me, man. They're not all me.
Who are the 4?
Oh, right. Well, with that, I think it's time to end this. This has
Oh.
been amazing. This has been so much fun. Well, thank you all for listening. You can find us in all the places. Hey, check us out on YouTube. Subscribe. It's free. You can also, if you're watching live on Twitch or you don't know that we have a Twitch, follow that. If you're really cool, you can subscribe to that, or you can if you have Amazon Prime, you can give us a free subscription because Amazon and Twitch are partnered, and that's cool like that. So you can really support us, technically kind of free in a free way. If you want to send us a Twitter tweet, by all means, send us one on the Twitter at Achievements101. Discord. If you're not in Discord, come on now. What's wrong with you? Discord.io/AH101. I got it this week. I messed it up last week, but I got it this week. Patreon. Another great way to support us. Patreon.com/AchievementHunting101. And if you can't support us with the money, I understand. We all understand. Tough times out there. Not everyone has the money. So if you're able to do that, we greatly appreciate it. If not, don't worry about it. No worries. Other free ways to support us, like and review us on iTunes or whatever your platform of choice is. Corey's going to read them out in his singing auto-tune voice. And lastly, if you're in the Discord, and I know I mentioned this last week, we have a survey out. It'll be in the show notes, and the link to the survey is somewhere in the Discord. I think it's in announcements. If you have any feedback for us, please fill out the survey. It goes through everything: Discord, the podcast itself, each segment. You can yell at each of us and tell each of us how much we suck anonymously, so we won't know who it is. Please, if you have any feedback for us, but you don't actually want us to know who it is, send it. Check out the survey. We greatly appreciate it. We have had many talks about the responses that we got. More feedback, the better. It only helps shape the podcast to what you want it to be, because we want to be the best that we can be.
The very best.
Like no one ever was. There it is. That's the sigh I was looking for. All right.
Damn Pokemon.
I think that's it. So, Twitch that. Thank you for hanging out with us. Sorry we are late, but you guys are awesome. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you to everybody for the subs. Thank you to all those that gifted subs. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. This is overwhelming. On the level 52 episode, which was our 1 year, we got immediate support from Patreon, and it was overwhelming. And now you guys coming in again with the subs on Twitch. We have the best community, bar none. And I love it. This is so great. That's one of the best things about doing all of this is the community, which is why you should join the Discord. But
speaking of which, we held back a couple codes just for Discord patrons. I guess age 101 patrons, and also for our Euro contingency, we held some codes aside for you guys, and we will be distributing those the next day or so, and we'll give you details in the Discord.
Yep. So jump in the Discord, take a look. Anyone have anything they want to plug, or did I forget anything?
Well, I'd still like some more people to join the Dreamfall Chapters game club. It's a tall ask right now, since if you go 3 books in, you're probably looking at 12 to 15 hours of gameplay for discussion on Saturday.
Yes. All right.
And we'll be streaming here more frequently. I'll be starting after the 4th of July streaming Tuesdays and Saturdays. If you are interested in that as well. Michelle will join me on the Tuesdays.
I will. We're getting ready actually for another It Came from Game Pass vote. So keep your eyes open in the podcast discussion room, and we'll post and tag there when it's ready.
Yep. And when it comes to streaming, you can check out the Twitch schedule. I will do my best to try to keep that updated so you can come on there, see who's streaming what, when. Friday night, I got a Gems of War stream. I know some of you that are listening is like that, but yeah, check that out if you're interested. So, if no one else has anything to add, this has been level 101. Holy freaking crap, that's a lot of episodes. That is amazing. Thank you all for listening. Class is dismissed.
Top 3 AH 101 episodes. Number 3, level 52. Number 2, level 101. And number 1, level 7.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Patriots suck.
Bye.
Go get some sun.
There it is.
All right.
That was the dead horse I was looking for. I couldn't believe it took it this long for someone to say that.
I'm pretty sure Saucy and Stan said it at different
you
points
asked.
in the Twitch
Yep.
chat.
I had to rep them.
Hey guys, we're off the record now.